All right. I think I might be live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Friday the 13th to you. Woo! No, there's nothing wrong with Friday the 13th. And actually, it's really an auspicious day, not bad luck like fear says. It's actually a wonderful day. So, blessings to you on this Friday the 13th. I am excited, as always, to see what messages from Spirit come through for us today. But before we get into all that, of course, let's come back to this moment. We're going to start off taking a big, deep breath in. If you'd like to join me and hold it for as long as feels comfortable, then slow exhale out. Coming back to this moment, out of the future, out of the past, out of the chaos in the outside world. Come back to this little place, our little bubble of love and joy, laughter, if you want that too. So, if you'd like to join me, let's begin. Big, deep breath in. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, we will also bring in the singing bowl to bring in some beautiful love energy. So I will hit it 3 times. And as I'm doing that, you can imagine this beautiful love either expanding and bursting out from your heart or like a waterfall that's dropping down and filling us up. Either way, that energy goes up into our mind and our brain and all our stories, into our heart, into all of our emotions, both past, present, and future, into our physical bodies, into all our cells, all of our joints, our muscles, our organs, just every cell of our physical body, and then into our energetic body, into all the chakras, into our meridians, into our auras, and then filling us up and going out there to the outside world to let it do whatever it wants to do out there to raise the vibration of the planet for the collective. And of course, we always talk about what we can do to help with all of that with our own energy is gratitude. Just thinking of one little thing we're grateful for right here, right now, even if it's electricity or internet or YouTube or hearing from spirit, whatever it is, we have so much to be grateful for. So it's just pinpointing one thing that we're grateful for immediately raises our love vibration, puts us in connection with the spirit world, allows us to receive messages from spirit, and become a magnet to receive more of what we're grateful for. So it's not a little thing, gratitude, right? It's huge. It's a win, 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 win. Capital W, capital I, capital N, right? All right. So I will hit it, like I said, 3 times. I'll start off at a little distance. I never know how loud it's going to be. So watch your volume and your ears, and we'll begin. So remember, gratitude. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. She's just gonna sing all night. If we let her, she would just keep going. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for joining me. And take a big deep breath and come back to this moment now. Went off into the ethereal somewhere. So welcome back. So good to see everyone. So hope you're doing well and getting ready for this beautiful solar eclipse, new moon energy on the 17th, just 4 days away. It's like Monday, Tuesday, right? Let's see. 14th is Saturday, 15th Sunday, 16th Monday. Yeah, so Tuesday. So I love that. Oh yeah, because it's Mardi Gras. So that's always happens on a Tuesday, I think. Fat Tuesday. So we got Tuesday. It's going to be beautiful energy. We've of course been feeling this for a while. It just culminates when we hit it there. Um, we'll talk about Saturn going into Aries today. I'll talk about that here in a sec. But first, hello, everybody. So much love. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up already, too. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of that love tsunami. I'm very grateful for that. And if you're new to my channel and new to these readings, welcome. I'm Bretta Z, and this is where we spill the tea, right? So we got a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts, great senses of humor, and I'm so grateful for that because I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. So thank you so much. There's always room for more Zen friends. So welcome anytime here. We try to keep the vibration high and full of love and joy. So it is a safe space. So welcome, welcome. If you want to know how the whole process works, it's all down in the description area of the video. Basically, free readings are first come, first serve. And all you do is put your question out in the chat, or if you don't know what you want to hear from spirit or don't want to, spill your business out there for everyone, that's totally understandable. You just ask for a general reading. We'll pull cards from spirit, see what comes through for you. So generally 1 to 2 cards for the free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings. We dive deeper into those, meaning we pull more cards for that, more tea. We spill more tea. Excuse me. And you also get a fortune cookie um, for that to help round out your reading as well. Tonight, even the free readings will get one of these angel number cards. But in addition to, we're pulling from the Dark Goddess Oracle still. It's a huge deck. So we're probably going to have that all weekend here too. Um, but we also have angel numbers for everyone as well. If you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat down in the bottom of the chat area or in the description area. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and Square all listed there. Don't have any set dollar amounts because I know everyone's finances vary. So $1 to someone is $100 to someone else. And I know the cost of living is different, blah, 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 all that, it's all different. So that's why I appreciate what you give from your heart because I know you're giving what you can. I know not everyone can give as well. So that's why for free readings, if 2.5 hours in, I have not got to any free readings at all, I will step out of donations, dive deeper, not dive deeper, dive into the free readings and do about 30 minutes of them. And then I'll return to the donations. And after I'm done with those, if I have energy left, I will go back to the free readings and complete as many of those as we can as well. At the end of each session, I do post a pinned comment listing all of the readings completed with timestamps. So all you have to do is find that. It'll be pinned at the top. So you just expand it, look for your name, click on that little timestamp, takes you right to your reading. So handy dandy and fancy. We're fancy here on the channel. No, we're not. But I like that that's available. um, so that's kind of the big skinny on a lot of things, but uh, we also have, with that new moon coming up, every new moon and full moon, I have a giveaway. So I have a drawing and I give away one 30-minute personal recorded reading, or you can also choose one of my energetic hedges. If you haven't entered that, you still have a few more days. And here's the link for that. It's always down in the description area of the video as well. if you ever want to see what's the current giveaway, it'll be listed there in the current stream. We also, of course, because we have that new moon coming up today, I posted a little video, kind of short and to the point, not into tons of detail because there's so much out there around this. This is a huge special solar eclipse because it's also the beginning of the new fire horse lunar year. So it's a happy new year because it's based on the lunar cycle, which is based on the moon, which is really how the original calendar started off before governments, kingdom, people got in and created the Gregorian or whatever calendar. So, it's a big day to say. And so I have the Aquarius new moon making the most of the new moon energy, that's out. So be sure to check that out. It tells you how you can make your 10 new moon wishes, most powerful and your 10 new moon intentions as well. So, be sure to check it if you're wanting to make the most of that. Some great energies with all that. And then lastly, I have a podcast, excuse me, called The Easier Path. And so we just had, we'll have a new one coming out next week. It's every 2 weeks. So this last one, Adventure 10, was Living Consciously. But there's a bunch of information if you check out the playlist. The link is down in the description area, and you can catch up. It's a free podcast, and if you wanna have, like, an easier path instead of a harder one, you can check that out. Or you don't even have to want an easier path. You can just, check out and see what, some information is, in case you want to. Because God knows, I always say, God knows I learned the hard way. So that's why we share a lot of my stories to start off with, because you don't have to learn the hard way if you don't want to. You can glean from my um, falling on my face and enjoy that, right? So that's the skinny on most of the stuff. Now, I try to mention when there's a significant kind of astrological thing that stands out. Today, at let's see, actually, like right now, Saturn moves into Aries. So it's like every 2.5 years, Saturn changes signs. Sometimes longer if there's like a retrograde that takes it, in and out, but usually 2.5 years. So we've been in kind of chaotic, emotional lessons. With Saturn is where how we kind of learn. It's our work, it's our career, kind of energy. Could be the authority figures some in a way in our life too. But we've been in Pisces for 2.5 years. Pisces, of course, is dreamy, more emotional, that type of energy. But Aries, that's different, right? Aries energy, and it's right in alignment with this fire horse, which is action, action, action. But with Saturn energy, it brings in having action with patience and structure. So not just shooting from our hip and, well, I'm going to go do this. It's planning, and that energy is supported. It actually, we feel like I never plan. Why am I planning? Well, that energy is coming in. So I like it. The way someone said it is it's replacing recklessness with endurance. So I like that energy. We definitely can use that in humanity right now. And we're going to be in this energy for 2.5 years till April 12th of 2028. So boom, boom, boom. I like it. I'm a Capricorn rising, which is ruled by Saturn. So I'm excited about structure. All right. So that's the skinny on the things we'll dive in here. Well, let me do all my shout outs, get my list together, and then we'll dive into some readings. So we'll start from the bottom, work our way up. We got Guerrera Means War. Hey, Guerrera, good to see you. Thank you so much for your donation. I'll mention the list of where everyone's at here once I get my list created here. Before we jump into the donations, I'll have it all here. We got Debbie O. Hey, my Texas Zen friend. Did you miss my birthday? Well, technically, maybe, yes, because it was yesterday, but, um, as I tell everyone, I celebrate all year long, so no birthday wish, gift, or card is ever late, it's always perfectly on time. So, I accept your birthday wishes. They're not even, how do they say, belated, it's perfectly on time, thank you. Yeah, you said belated. It's not even belated, it's perfect, it's perfectly on time. So what is it? It was in Lord of the Rings, right? "You're late," to the wizard, and he says, "Wizards are never late. We're always perfectly on time." So I love that. Hey, CJ, good to see you. Thank you, Guerrero. Yeah, Aquarius. You must have had your birthday coming up here. Um, if you either have had yours already or it's coming, right? All right, let's continue here. So I got your 2, Debbie. Oh, thank you for your dual donations. I got you on the list. Got Touch of Love. Hello, hello. Good to see you. I think I have you on the list. You're actually first on the free readings once we circle back around there. We got Livier Vagara. Hey, Livier. Yes, I had a wonderful birthday. I'm still here, and that's always a good thing, right? That means the birthday went well. I'm not in jail. Everything works out good. User PC is in the house too. Hello, I get you. You're number 2 on the free readings. Where are my fancy flowers and things? I don't have I am my own boo. So, I am the one that celebrates. But I did get, some gift cards and some cash, and, my dad sent me, so he sent me this wonderful, um, little, bracelet here. It's got tiger's eye on it. And also, he sent me this little stand for tarot cards. So I have my Wen cards in here. So I love that. Just my family's supportive, even though they're um, very into Christianity. They always have loved and supported me for with all my choices of spirituality and sexuality and everything else. um, So, at least they haven't, ostracized me. So that's what it is, so there you go, all the stuff I show is what's coming in here, user PC. Alright, we'll continue here. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Livier. And MMC, we got you in the house. Let's get you on the free list here too. And I think got everyone else here. I think we got footwork. So Val, hey Val, thank you for your donation. We'll get you on the list. I'll let everyone know where we're at once we get everything done here. We got Helga. So Helga, I got you on the list here for a free reading. Good to see you. Cat Mia. Meow meow. We got you here. Hello. Jojo. We got you on the donations. Thank you. Thank you. Friday the 13th. So you're on the list here, and we've got Sudeshna Ghosh. Thank you, Sudeshna. You'll be up first for the donations. And then we have Saru Bobby from earlier today. And of course, user PC, we got you on the list. And then Touch of Love. So I think I've got well, let me scroll back down here. Hey, Debbie. Oh, another one. Thank you so much. I will put you here after Guerrera. So we got 2 for you, and then Guerrera, and then back to you there. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Val. Faith and love. Good to see you. Thank you for the birthday wish. Yeah, I definitely have a good one. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. I know I'm officially, my dad texted me. He goes, "Do you feel old today?" I go, "I know, I feel like I'm 59.001." Because here we go. He said, "Some days I feel like a 20. I feel like I'm 20. Some days I feel like I'm 120. But regardless, I try to choose joy and laughter and love, regardless of how old I feel each day, right? So, oh, and then I have one of my shirts that I got here. It says, let's see, it says, "I'm just here to establish an alibi." So that is my little gift to myself was, some new T-shirts. All right, and I love them. 'Em, they're fun, you know? All right, so let us take a look here. I think I've got let me just make sure I didn't skip over one. What do we have? I think these are just birthday wishes. Tut, 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 tut. Get into your horse season, right? I think there you go, faith and love. All right, get you on the list here too. All right, so where we're at for donations, we'll have Sudeshna up first, then Jojo, then Val, footwork, and then Debbie O times two, then Guerrera, and then back to Debbie O. Let me make sure none came in. Susie email. Get rid of that out of there. There we go. Yep, nothing in email. So that is where we're at. And then for free readings, once I get to them right now, I have Touch of Love, then Use Your PC, Swell Root Bobby, Cat Mia, Helga, MMC, Livier, and then Faith and Love. So I think that's where we're at. If I missed anyone, please let me know. 'Cause now I can say I'm old. Be kind to me. I was born in the 1900s. I know most of us were, right? These days, I know when I first started working at, the insurance company I was working at, when we started adding drivers with the year 2000, as like because that was like it was like 2014, because 14 and 15-year-olds is when they can start to drive and start to get their licenses and stuff. I was like, "No way, it can't be. People born in 2000?" You know? I know. "Oh my god, the 1900s." So, cheers, everybody. So glad to have you here, and I love you guys so much. We're gonna be using, in honor of Aquarius, new moon coming up, tonight, we're gonna use the Wandering Star, the star card in tarot. The major arcana is Aquarius energy, so that's how we're doing it. Cheers. All right. So I think that is everything. Let's get the party started. It's Friday for many people. All right, so let's jump in. We got Sudeshna Ghosh. Thank you so much for your donation. Here is your timestamp. Let's get into it. So, Sudeshna, you want to know about the rest of February for you and guidance. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay, right away. What does Spirit want you to know for the rest of February and guidance here? I've got this here. Yeah, because it's almost the middle. It's almost the middle of the month already. Can you believe it? I know February is a shorter month anyway, but this year I feel like it's the fire horse year. Look out. Right. So the bottom of the deck, you've got the Fool card, which is Uranus Aquarius energy, believe it or not. Um, it is about a new beginning, free of expectations, free of restrictions, expectations, and more about possibilities that are open. See, there is a lot of different, like, I feel like different avenues that you can take, different directions that you can take. And uh, so this next couple weeks, there's going to be a lot of opportunity if you're willing to leave the safe zone of expectation and, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, to look at all the possibilities. There's a lot available out there for you. Let's see what else we got here. You got the High Priestess. Yep. So there's this energy of kind of stepping away from everything. And the number two of the High Priestess kind of bringing in that power of choice energy. She usually has on the original tarot a black and a white pillar, which kind of represents the two choices we have of lower vibration, higher vibration. But so there is this communicating, looking back behind the veil, diving deep into your heart, finding out what is it that I want to do? Where's my heart leading me? But I feel like the next couple of weeks, if you'll step back out of the head and communicate and kind of open up, you'll see the possibilities and go, I feel like there's even with this high priestess some intuition that's coming in that you can see. some possible outcomes by what avenue you take. And I feel like there's just this clarity with this new moon that's allowing you kind of this glimpse. And it is, and in fact, I mentioned this, I think, in the video, that it is this very um eclipses kind of give us a view of the past, the present, and the future, kind of opens a portal of sorts. So you can kind of look through and go, where does this path go? Where does that path go? So really look into that stepping away, right? Got the Six of Pentacles, which is a bit of balancing energy here. Coming in, I feel here, you even got the new moon up on the top up here. So, um, and I feel like the way she's standing there, like she's like, I'm weighing things out. And this really feels like, do I want this or do I want this? And, but it's getting out of the head and into the heart more so than, you know, um, trying to meet expectation kind of energy. Below the surface of those two cards together, yeah, you got, wow, got the major arcana number 10 of the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Wands. So there is this change of energy. Or the 10 of Wands can change from feeling like you're burning up and like, burn the witch, um, and getting exhausted and feeling burdened, and transforming that into something that um, feels like abundance, that feels like gratitude and fulfillment. And this is where that change happens, right? There's this ending and beginning. As Debbie O said, we're finishing up the snake year and we're moving into the fire horse year. So there's kind of this last shedding that's happening over the next 4 days, but then we're moving into moving forward. And I feel like this is the change of the energy. I'm not focusing on trying to obtain this. I'm focusing on my new adventure. And I like this next couple weeks coming in here for you. The guidance they have is the Nine of Wands, you know, stepping into your power rather than feeling like you're being blocked. When you step into your energy and like grab the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands I talk about, it's like you know, a block where you can't get past this. But when you take a hold of the magic wand that is yours, that is your power of intention, your power of focus, your power of, it's even mental, emotional, and physical energy. What am I investing in is what I'm growing and attracting. When we grab that and take that power, it opens up the doorway for us to step through this block. And the stagnancy that we have been feeling unfolds, allows us to move through. So I love that. Yeah, and then you got the you got the Six of Wands here and the Morning Star. And I know I misplaced. I think I put this book for this deck in another tarot deck. I'll eventually find it. I'm gonna try to go through all of them this year, all of my different tarot decks. So I'll find it eventually. But you got the Yes card, the Mother Star, which is all about when I focus in on what I want, and what I do have, that yes energy, things move forward. The Six of Wands is a victory, a flow energy. So it does feel here you have great opportunities and possibilities with all this fire wands energy and the Fool card on the bottom that represent, now's the time to take advantage of this beautiful flowing energy. And rather than stay stuck, we can decide, where's our heart leading and guiding us, and let's make that leap towards them. So I like that. So that's what they have. We'll grab you your fortune cookies. I just realized I didn't give you your donation a love and a like up here because I put your question over here in case it disappeared during the day. There we go. So let's see here. So for everyone, this is, if you make a donation, we're going to pull a card here from the Dark Goddesses Oracle. So we'll start there. So you get one from there, and then you also get an angel number oracle. So let's take a look here. Okay, I feel like this is the one here. Yeah, this righteous anger with the Morrigan. or Morrigan, depending how you want to say it. Let's take a look here. It's under probably their name. Yeah. So the myth around the Morrigan is that she's the Irish goddess of war, witchcraft, retribution, protection, and death. She's also known as the Phantom Queen or Death Queen, the ending of things for the beginning of new, right? She is a prophetess and a cunning shapeshifter who appears in many forms, but often favors the form of the raven while circling the battlefield and devouring the dead. She's a triple goddess appearing as both an individual and as three goddesses, B-A-D-B, Macha, maybe, M-A-C-H-A, and Nemain, Nemain. I'm probably totally mispronouncing those, who together make up the Morrigan. The meaning of this is your anger is powerful. She encourages you to channel your rage into fighting for what you believe in. Take action in your life to enact the change you desire. There you go, that action, right? Hold your head high and let your voice be loud. You will not be silenced. Your power, passion, and strength will lead you to victory. So I like that. We can have our fear that keeps us frozen and in place or, fleeing, or we can have it move into a fighting, but into this righteous anger, which isn't about hurting other people, but it's about funneling that fear energy into action and to move forward and allow it to kind of uh, spawn or spark the courage within us, right? So I like that. And then your angel number here, and just so everyone can know, this is what the ones are. They're called Angel Number Oracle. Beautiful deck here. Don't think there's an author listed on here anyway. And was I knocking everything around over here? Wow, you got 5555 clarity, but these are the number of change. So it is about great transformation, major changes, opportunity, like we said, fast pace forward and process. It says you aren't a victim of circumstance, rather, you're a beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you're willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. So I love that. Chop, chop, change, change. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. All right. So that's what they have for you, Sudeshna. Thank you again for your donation. Hey, Premia. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Get you on the free list here. And I do believe. Nope, different one. Okay. Forget to say anything. No, no. Bzz, bzz. Okay. All right. And then up next, we've got JoJo. So, JoJo, you're at 3429. Let me jump up here, I think. Yep, yours was a sticker. Thank you for the rose. Happy Friday the 13th to you. Didn't see a question listed. If you're listening right now, let me know. um, but I feel like with your saying Friday the 13th, you just like a message for the Friday the 13th, what Spirit has for you. Of course, as always, if you had a specific question and you fell asleep because you're on the other side of the world, please let me know. We'll get your question answered. Hey, Leslie, good to see you. Hello, hello. All right, so JoJo, let's take a look. Okay, there we go. Okay. Cards just falling out of the deck here. What else do we have here? All right, we got those. So, what is happening here? Let's get these scooched. Right, the bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is this, great energy that does talk about, shining bright, getting in front of the spotlight, this standing out, not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, right? Not defending what you want to do and the things you want to do, but being true to you and expressing yourself uniquely, right? So, very kind of Leo energy of yours coming through with that card. Then your first two cards for your reading itself, you got the Emperor and Temperance. So you've got two major arcana that came up here. And so the Emperor, of course, Aries energy, fire, fire, fire energy. Um, let's go, let's go, let's go energy that's coming in here. But it's you choosing to um from your heart where you want to go, what you're wanting to do, putting a plan and putting action behind it. You put an owl, I just it just dawned on me. Whoops. And there's this white owl on the shoulder of the emperor. So I feel like the owl is brings significance for you today. Um, and even with the temperance card, which is know that things are always progressing, things are always moving forward. But what speeds things up is when you step into this emperor energy and you're choosing where you're focusing and what you're wanting to do, where you're wanting to go, and what you want, how you're wanting things to unfold, right? So it speeds things up and moves things forward when we're kind of going, oh, we'll see what happens and unfolds. We kind of are at the kind of on the slow river, just kind of going with it. But if we take out our oar and don't go against the river, but paddle within the river, we move faster. And so our action, our energy, depending on what our energy is, if it's higher vibration energy that we're putting forward, that if we are choosing, of course, fear and lower vibration, it's like we are kind of trying to, no, I don't want to go this way. Or, we try going upriver and that's exhausting, right? So I like this energy of the speed of things, but it's about you stepping in and deciding. Yeah, oh my God. Two more major arcana, the judgment card and the hanged man. The judgment card is here's the music, right? The calling and seeing things from a different perspective. The again, a like the temperance card's a card of patience, but things are unfolding. You do also have the hanged man, which is a pausing energy for transformation. But there also is this kind of nudge below the surface that's when it comes to your calling and your purpose of what you wanted to do in your life, you know, it's like your desire is to be in music and to be in acting and to help, through that expression. It just when you step into your dream and you step into that flow, it's like there's a faster current that we can jump on when it's our dream. That always moves faster than when we're not in our dream. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So that's really cool that we have that ability when it lines with our passion. It just kind of we jump on. They're showing me like if you've ever been in a large airport where you can walk the whole way or you can step onto this conveyor belt that when you're walking, it's like you're whoosh, because you're walking on the conveyor belt, but the conveyor belt is taking you very fast, very, farther, faster, um, with the same amount of effort. And I feel like that's what they're saying here. Interesting. And then you have yet another major arcana. This is crazy. So out of your reading, 5 out of 5 cards so far, which here's star. You are a superstar, but dream come true energy as well. So this is all about focusing on the dream, plans on the dream, energy towards your dream, 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 dream. It must be a very auspicious time for your energies because that can help you towards this because it's all about clearing all these people out of your life, nudging you for this move and to determine where you want to go. And you're like, that's right. I'm not going to just stay where it feels safe and comfortable. I'm tired of that. I just can't stand it anymore. And that's where you're getting to. And I feel like all this energy is just there for your taking. You also have, well, it's not a fortune cookie, but it is the Ace of Wands, an ace. Boom, 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 which is, again, career, beginnings, and travel. Here we go. And then you have the Seven of Cups, which is all the choices. There's no wrong choice, just a variety of choices here, but it has choice, instinct, passion, and extremes. So there's beautiful energy that's in here about heading this way. But Seven of Cups to the Eight of Cups progression, but also, this energy of stepping um, away from and ending relationships that don't serve you anymore, but also letting emotions go that don't serve you anymore. But this is a progression of the heart. And I just feel like that's the biggest piece of that Seven and Eight of Cups. Among that, there's a lot of different choices you can make, and there's no wrong choice. But there is this movement and progression of the heart, I feel like is the big message. All right, let's see what the dark goddesses have to say for you as well for this day, this lucky, auspicious day. You've got purification. You got lots of total. Or I don't know if that's how you say that, but purification. Let's see what message she brings in for you. Because the myth around her, she is the Aztec goddess of filth and sexuality, fertility, and lust. She is a complex goddess who both inspires, desires, and is the source of absolution for those sins. There are no sins, of course, but this is a good myth. Those close to death may confess their wrongdoings to one of her priests, so she can cleanse them, but this ritual may only be performed once in a person's life. Ooh. She can, I'm sorry, her name can be translated to filth deity, and is often shown devouring dirt, representing sin, which her ingestion purifies. She is usually depicted with black dirt around her mouth, riding a broom, or squatting in a birthing position. It's interesting that this energy is coming through because I feel like this is this energy, and we'll see what the meaning is here, but I feel like there is this the change of the harshness of how you have felt judged or judged yourself or both so harshly for a long time, that this is this freedom that comes that allows you this confidence knowing that you deserve to live and move towards your dream. The meaning says it's time to purify your life and surroundings. It is. It's letting go of all that you know people, and you're purifying your life from all these things that don't serve you anymore. You're craving peace and nourishment, but first you need to wash away the negative forces in your life. Look closely at where your energy is going and what is draining you. Now is the time to release what is no longer serving you. Yeah. She's guiding you through transformation of old ways and into newer, healthier habits. I love it. Right. So that's your dark goddess. And then your angel number. Let's see what they have here for you. What else? I love this for you, though. It's a time. It's a time. Yep. 777. Good luck. Boom, boom, boom. Um, Contentment, prosperity, abundance, spiritual awakening, and divine intervention. So, this message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. That's like I said, there's no wrong choice. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. Yet, you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. There you go. I love it. And I know sevens are uh, a special number for you, I feel, right? All right, so that's what they have for you, Jojo. So many blessings to you. Take a quick sip here. Yeah, snowy owl, right? Hey, kitty cat black. Good to see you. All right. So up next we have footwork, which is Val. So Val, good to see you. Here is your time stamp. And let's scroll up here. Give your donation a love and a like there. And you usually want a general reading, right? Thank you for the birthday wishes. All right. So you usually like a general. So let's take a look here, Val. What does Spirit have for you this day? All right. We've got that one and this one. This one. These three. These two. This one leading to this one with that one underneath. All right. Little progression or a countdown here amongst your reading. All right. Let's see what we've got unfolding here. Need to scooch these. So bottom of the deck, you do have the Judgment card, which the Judgment card is one of the cards I just put back in the deck, came flying out, but it's the calling card. It's your higher self blowing the trumpet, kind of raising you from the dead. They usually have like it's an angel. It's like the rapture. It's the angels, an angel blowing a trumpet, and people are stepping up out of their coffins. And it is. It feels like this is a calling you to living, not just existing. But I feel like it's like they're like the trumpet. I see them playing the trumpet and the music that's flowing out of it. You can see it. It's energetic and it's flowing into the different areas of your life to bring things to life. It's like it's suddenly bringing a puppet, that's normally a puppet on strings that's laying there. Suddenly it's da-da, and it's, then it's moving and it's action happening. So I like that. It does feel it's like the breath of life being blown, through this trumpet into the different areas of your life to activate it. And you have 3 cards here. I feel like these are the 3 areas. Let's see what we have here. So Knight of Wands. Yeah, we got the fire horse energy that's coming up here, but this is action and movement. Stepping into your power, a lot of things happening quickly, but it's like if you've been feeling tired lately, I feel like here comes this energy, here comes this action energy, which is right in alignment with all the astrology that's happening here on Tuesday, the new moon. Zap this fire horse energy, and you are inspired to take action on things. Whereas before it was like, well, let me wait, or let me do it a certain way, or I need to wait for this to happen. Now it's like, let's go kind of energy that's coming in with all this. You got the Page of Swords, so a lot of clarity that's coming in, a lot of ideas, new ideas. This makes sense. It's like you've been acting on things that you can and other things you were waiting on for other people or other situations to happen. You got new ideas that are coming in that allow you to take action on things sooner because you're like, I don't need to wait for that. I'm going to cancel that and I'm going to do this instead. Boom. And that's what helps with this movement are these new creative ideas that are coming in. Yeah, and the Hierophant too. Here's this teacher student energy. So with the school, the skating school, right? Skating school? It's you're teaching skating, ice skating, right? And so I feel like there is this with this Hierophant that with this major arcana number 5 that's coming in, I feel like you're being you're having these new ideas on how to do that differently. Uh, and so honor those. Don't think any idea is too crazy with this energy, especially being in Aquarius, all this Aquarius influence. It is about new ways are best. Old ways just don't work anymore. So finding new ways coming in. You've got this little countdown, the 3, 2, 1. So the three that came out together. Yeah, you got the Two of Cups, which I feel like this is a partnership of some sort that's coming in here. At least it's at the very least, if it's not you partnering with someone, it is more about that someone is coming in to assist in some way. Yeah, Four of Swords. They might even bring some ideas here to bring you some mental rest because this is letting some old ways go and having this solid mental foundation and just peace of mind. It just something that's been weighing on your mind a lot. Feels like whoever this is that either gives you solutions or partners with you where you don't feel so stressed with trying to live up to all these things. There's this freedom that comes in. Yeah, and it does feel here with the 8 of Cups, you're letting go of some old relationships in your life. Could be old, and this could be dealing with business, more so. I feel like that's a lot of this energy. Feels like more towards that than, like, personal romantic energy. We can always do a a love reading tomorrow on Valentine's Day. But, I feel like this is more about letting go of some connections and old emotions, but, relationships with people too, that creates this space for this other, partnership or this other person in your life that can really help you, especially regarding your business. Which brings you to yes. You've got the 9 of Cups, the emotional dream come true energy, and the Knight of Cups, movement of motion, movement of your heart. It's like that you're kind of this dream come true energy regarding what you're wanting to do, how you're wanting to express love to the world in your own special, unique way, that they help this, right? It's this countdown which leads you to the 5 of Cups. Yeah, this transformation of emotion from low vibration to higher vibration. Starts off, something that's been really kinda you've been bummed about, that hasn't been working the way that I wanted it to, and it just feels like it's kind of not blossoming. I thought it was gonna be a big, tomato plant with all these tomatoes on it by now, but it's still a little sprout. I feel like this helps transform this bringing hope and bringing movement, um, with this change of heart, and I like that. Whoever this is that comes in, I feel like helps kinda cheerlead, if anything, at the very least, a cheerleader going, "You can do this. Oh my god, you got the smarts, you got the fire, you've got the, wisdom and knowledge," and I just feel like at the very least, they help bring you hope and cheerlead you, if not more, if they help you, as well. And this is leading you all of this to the Mother Star, yeah, the Yes card, the, um abundance, the progress, the, um, feeling of success that comes in with the yes card. And then if we were wondering, well, are we sure that's what it means? Yeah, we got the sun card, one of the biggest, brightest, abundant cards in the entire deck of tarot. So, there is this and shining bright energy that's coming in here too. So I like this. It's kind of like a hope message and, a realization that this is what you wanted to do. This is your calling with the judgment card here. And as in our first reading or my second reading with JoJo, which I didn't know was this is amazing, is that when you're living your dream from your heart, we go into this stream that's faster and things do fly. Um, it's like we were talking about getting on that escalator, that walking escalator in a airport where you can take forever to walk, or, you get on that and you're like, you're still expending the same amount of energy, but you're going like 10 times as far and 10 times as fast. Even I forget, there was one airport I was in once, it was going so fast. I think they had the speed set a little too high because people were flying off. When they got to the end where they were getting to their gate, it was like, whoa. So I like it. It feels very fast energy that's coming in. Right, let's see what your fortune cookie. Oh, I didn't do your dark goddess. Let's see. They wanted me to go to the angel number first here. So I've got that. And then let's pull your dark goddess card here to see what they want you to know here. Okay. Oh, that one there. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I like it. You got Sekhmet, bravery. It's like Catwoman, right? Was that the one that the Catwoman story is based off of? Let's see here. So the myth about Sekhmet, she is the Egyptian goddess of war, wrath, and healing. She breathes fire. There's that fire energy, the fire horse, and her hot breath represents the fierce desert winds. She's both a bringer of plagues and a goddess of healing. And once she became so enraged with humanity that she decided to slaughter them all. This is all, of course, myth. Her fury terrified the other gods, so Ra, which is the god of sun, which you got, was sent to stop her. He poured out a beer mixed with pomegranate juice to reassemble blood. I'm sorry, to resemble blood in her path. She drank herself into a stupor, and upon waking, her rage had lifted. She's usually depicted as a lioness or woman with a lion's head crowned with a solar disk encircled with an upright cobra. The meaning is you have the fierceness of a lion inside of you. Let her inspire you to utilize your strength, power, and bravery. Use your heartfelt intensity to empower both yourself and those around you. There are people, ideas, and projects that will greatly benefit from your leadership and example. Be confident in your abilities, and you'll shift the current chaos into a sacred and protected space. Wow. How perfect with what we were talking about. And then your an angel number is 0110, beautiful mirroring energy, but it's about belief system. It says, go after what you want, unique, destiny, inspiration, talents, gifts, appreciation, and gratitude. Says you're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd. Embrace what makes you different. That's your path to success. Your dreams will soon come true. Wow. Both of these cards represented what the reading was, right? So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you. Footwork with Val. So thank you again for your donation. All right, we have Maria P in the house. Hey, Maria, get you on the free list here. All right, so where we're at on donations, we've got Debbie O times 2, and then Guerrera, and then back to Debbie O is where we're currently at. All right, take a quick sip here. Cheers, everybody. Debbie O. Cheers, drink, drink, drink. Right, spill the tea and the popcorn. All right. All right, so Debbie O, for your first one, you got 5944. So there's your first timestamp. What is this? The cat out of the box. All right, let me scroll up here. We'll give your first one a love and a like since it lets me in an energy check for February. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so for the rest of February, I feel like they're telling you here, I usually don't do this. This is the past, the present, and the future. So they want to talk about this past of February, the what's currently happening in February and what will happen in February, the rest of February. So that's interesting. They're like, well, let's talk about what has been happening, what is happening, and based on current energies, what will happen. All right, and this one here too. All right, let's see what we got here. I know, cool. So cool. We got the, bottom of the deck, you do have the 2 of Wands. So, this 2 of Wands, of course, it talks to us all about possibility energy, and whatever we're focusing on is what we draw to us, and that makes sense why they wanted to talk about the past, the present, and the future, because the past our past actions and our past energy has brought us to today, and our energy of today is what will bring us our tomorrow. So, interesting. So, the past energy, you have the 10 of cups. So, there is some joy, some celebration, some happiness energy. So, I feel like you've had some wonderful, emotionally fulfilling and full times, especially in comparison to the past, right? At least since your papa went, partying in the cosmos. Um, but I feel like there's a joy that's returned here, and underneath the surface of that, yeah, the King of Cups. You really balanced out, you know, your head and your heart with this King of Cups. The King of Cups is this wonderful, ruler over the emotional energy, which is so perfect for you. And it matches what we're talking about here. So usually there's like a storm behind the king, but even though there was a storm raging, the king has calm waters around him because he's a master of emotion and he learned to master it going through the entire suit of the cups, so they can calm the storms, kind of like when, in the Bible stories, the Christian Bible stories, when they were in the, you know, going across the Sea of, I think it was the Sea of Galilee, and they were stuck in peace be still, and the waters calmed. We can do that with our own emotions. And I feel like they wanted to create that story in our head so we could see that being in a boat that's raging everywhere. And he had fallen asleep. Jesus did in this story. The disciples were the ones that were freaking out, right? Oh my God, we're going to die. Wake him up. Wake him up. Yeah. And, and then he got up, he stepped out onto the water, walked on water, and said, "Peace be still." And then he called, of course, one of his disciples to him. And that's a whole nother story, but I like this whole calmness of the water, the storm. We can calm our emotional storm. And I feel like that's what you've done, and that's why what you've been doing has got you to where you are today, which today, yeah, of course, Cancer moon energy, your energy, right? So big, big energy here of has brought you into this place of understanding your emotions, not fearing your emotions or feeling like you're out of control, but you really have been stepping into this place of, I get to decide how I feel, and I'm allowing myself to feel whatever, that there's no wrong emotion. And I love that you're allowing yourself, instead of stuffing emotion, to feel the emotion. Because when we feel an emotion, it just takes 90 seconds and then it's been processed. When we stuff it or we loop it, it lasts forever and it gets bigger and it's pressured. But when we feel it, then it's done. So I love that. Below the surface of that, yeah, the temperance, beautiful energy of um, being patient with your emotional progress too, with the going back and forth of the emotions, sometimes feeling like you're going up and up and down, sometimes feeling like you're an emotional roller coaster. It does feel as if you're in a place where you're more gentle with yourself regarding emotions instead of, you know, um, telling yourself, "You're not supposed to feel this way," and, "You're weak," or whatever those little negative self-talk things we're all taught to believe, right? "You need to be stronger than this. You're a wuss." And it's like, "No, I'm the goddess of emotion." I'm part of the goddess of emotion. I came here to feel, and damn it, I'm gonna feel, right? Emotions on the way to work. Did you ever see the movie Broadcast News? What is her name? Holly, is it Holly Hunter? No, Holly, I think her name's Holly something. But, broadcast, did I say Broadcast News? I think that's the one where she's like, the director over a newscast, and so every morning she would start off, take a box of Kleenex, go to the edge of the pier of the little lake that she lived nearby, and she'd cry and let it all out and dry her tears, blow her nose, and then she would be fine the rest of the day. That's what they just put in my head. All right. And then let's see what the future is bringing you based on your current energy. Oh, you can't make this up. I mean, you pretty much got like all cups energies almost. But you have the 2 of cups. So you have the 2 of wands on the bottom, but you have the 2 of cups, which is the power of emotional choice. So you're really stepping into this. Your future is bringing you this, being able to choose what what you wanna feel in the moment and go, I'm tired of feeling that way. I'm gonna feel this way. I'm gonna choose joy and laugh at it instead of be upset with it or cry about it or get angry about it or plot revenge. This is, you know what? It's no biggie. I have the power to choose what emotion I want, and this is what I choose today in this moment. Blink. In 10 minutes, I can choose something else if I want. But really stepping into this power of emotional choice, it's like taking you to a whole new level. Underneath that, yeah, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So you have the Temperance, the Knight of Pentacles, which, these are slow moving cards, but it's also telling you that though at times it feels like things are moving slow, there's a lot of stuff happening below the surface, especially emotionally. There's a lot of stuff that's working itself out on its own, and you're having this transformation and these changes. Um, so I love this for you. Where it's taking you, you've got these 2-in-1 cards here, these two. Yeah, you got the Eight of Pentacles. You are in this transformation that's going to take you beyond some feelings of like stagnation or feeling like you're hitting your head up against a wall, or they're saying hitting my heart up against a wall. And I like this. This is all about the hard work, the results, the achievements that you've put in towards your emotional work. You're seeing the impacts of it. Though sometimes we're like, I don't see all the work I did. I don't feel like I have all the fruit from it. And it's like, give it time, give it time. Oh, queen of emotion, queen of the moon. You've got a lot of stuff happening under the surface. Just like in winter, we don't see a whole lot of stuff happening, but below the surface, there's a lot going on. Where in springtime, suddenly, boom, all these buds come out and all the stuff, and you're like, oh, wow, there's the results. I didn't realize that all this was going on, and we don't. There's a lot happening, and it will come forward, leading you to the Six of Swords. Yep, leaving some old ways of thinking behind, moving into higher ways of looking at things. The story is changing, thus the emotional soundtrack that you apply to the story is changing. And the Six of Swords does take you from, like that King of Cups, from choppy waters to calmer waters, from choppy emotions to calmer emotions. But it has to do with this change of mindset that you've been doing and continue to do. So, kind of this message of don't give up, keep going. You have the Nine of Cups under the bottom of the deck too, which emotional fulfillment, it's optimism, joy, happiness. Again, you've got a lot of that ability. And sometimes we get so used to being where we are at now, we forget where we were a year ago. And when we look back a year ago, we're like, wow, I didn't realize how far I've come. So I feel like there's a kudos here, but keep doing what you're doing because it just steps you into this power of emotional choice more and more and more. So let's see what Dark Goddess comes through for this one. Okay, maybe this one for this one. You got devotion, you got Lou, Luhan. Beautiful. Looks like maybe in Japanese. We'll see here with the name and all that. Or Vietnamese. Sorry. So the myth is that Luhan is the Vietnamese goddess of kindness, fertility, and benevolence. She's a powerful goddess, one of the four immortals of the Vietnamese mythology, and one of the oldest recognized feminists. According to legend, she broke a favorite wine cup of the Jade Emperor and, as punishment, was exiled from heaven and sent to live on earth. She lived there happily until her death, when she returned to heaven. She was so moved by the plight of the people of earth that she chose to return to protect and help them. She has the ability to both bless and curse people, and she is often depicted as a beautiful young woman dressed in simple clothes. The meaning of this card for you: allow yourself to descend into a world full of love and devotion. Allow yourself, choose, right? Have trust in yourself and all the work you've done towards your personal growth. Shut up. She is commending you for your commitment and urging you to continue on your spiritual quest. Listen to your heart. What is it that makes your soul sing? Devote your life to what ignites your passions and makes you feel most alive. Wow. You can't make that up. What a beautiful, perfect card. All right. And then your angel number. Let's take a look at that here. All right. There we go. Wow. Yeah. 8888. Personal power. Shazam. So, material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, and epic romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of the prosperity and well being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. I like all these eights. All right. So that's for the first one there, Debio. All right. And then for number two, you got 11336. So here's for number two. We will circle back around for number three after we go visit with Guerrera. Move that out of there. All right. So let's scroll back up here. Give your second one a love and a like here. You want to know what's coming towards you? Oh, in love soon. Well, evidently, well, not sure if it's soon. We'll see. But there's an epic romance that's in your last card there. But we'll take a look. Let me take a quick sip here. Cheers again, everybody. All right. So let's talk about love, baby. So, can you tell us here? What about this love? Love, love, love. And I want these three over here. Okay. All right. And then we will pull here. Let's see if I don't knock this over. We'll pull a when card based on current energy as well. All right. So that is the one there based on current energies. Put that back in this little thingy. The little moon boat. Yeah, there's this. My dad sent me this for my birthday. It's like a little boat. It's like a little, here's the moon boat. Here's your moon boat. Your dream boat. Well, because on the bottom of the deck, you do have the star card, which is dreams come true energy, right? So we definitely, it seems that there is romance and love, and I think we've gotten that before. We know that. Um, let's jump to the most important urgent question is the when card, right? So you have the 6 of swords, which is what you had in your last one, your last card in your first reading. Movement from choppy waters to calmer waters, right? Uh-oh. Well, well, you've got January 30th to February 8th, so we're already past that for this year, but, it is the 6 of swords, um, and there is moving forward, there's healing, there's journey, stability, transition. We talked about all this. As you continue to do that, I feel like it will be moved, of course, closer, closer, closer for you. But right now, it's a year, almost like a year from now, is when you will have your epic dream come true romance, which is all right. You know, we'll find out what these other cards say here too, um, because the more we focus in on doing our inner transformation, right, raising our love vibration, that speeds things up, right? So we'll take a look here. So the first two cards that came out together, you got the Magician and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, yeah, you thought it was this year, not unless you have a time machine. But it can still be this year, right? Well, there's always whenever we're talking about the future, it's always fluctuating based on our energy and theirs. Because when it's gonna be a relationship, we're not a voodoo priestess that puts a spell and turns someone into a love zombie, and they obey and fall in with us. We create this joint kind of reality, and we both experience it differently, but the whole thing when we're talking about relationships especially is, we, um, go like we might be leaping forward, they might have fallen back into something, and they might leap forward and we might fall back, and so there's always this, and it depends on what's going on in our lives. We can be blindsided and knocked off the fence, knocked off the path in the mud, and or we fall off and we get sucked down the mud river and we have to climb back out and keep going. So sometimes there's things that delay and change. That's the whole thing when we're looking at the when. In fact, the more we focus on, I want love, I need love, when is it gonna get here? And if our energy goes into that lack energy, it pushes it away. When we're in gratitude and, focusing on the love we have and the love we have had, and we hand it to the creator and say, I trust you're gonna bring the perfect person in the perfect timing, the perfect way. And we're in that gratitude state. Oh, it's flowing. It's flowing to us. The tide is coming in. But when we can fall into the I really, really want love, and and that pushes it further away. We're like, wait, where is it going? And it's like, oh, that's right. Whew, okay, let's just take a breath. Let's ground ourselves, and we return back to gratitude. Zzz, starts bringing it back towards us, right? So this can be influenced by both your energy and theirs too, right? So, and that's all right. That's going to be the perfect timing. It's always going to be a perfect timing. There's the soonest and the latest we can meet someone, and it's always going to be perfect for us. But it is giving you time with the magician card to focus on your energy. What am I focusing my energy on? And the Eight of Cups, letting go of emotions that no longer serve me and relationships that no longer serve me either. So it's like you can continue the preparation by, I'm learning to focus on gratitude for things that when I get in a relationship, I won't focus on expectations on what's not happening. I will be in the habit of gratitude is my life, and I'll be looking at what I'm grateful for, not focusing on, well, they're not living up. They didn't do it. They didn't say this. They said that and they shouldn't have, and blah, 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 that lack energy. By then, you will be living in this gratitude, which helps grow the relationship instead of suck the life out of it, right? So there is a little bit of time left, and it's happening for both of you, giving them time to get out of their, let go. They can let go of emotions and people that no longer serve them. So it's like you're both doing a lot of inner work so that you don't do it together. You're doing it with other people and other situations so that you guys can glean the benefits of each other without having to have the with each other, which is what I would prefer in my life. You know, I don't want the history with someone that, oh, God, the stuff we went through. Instead, it's like, oh, look at the stuff we went through separately. And look, we can glean all the benefits from all that stuff. We leave that behind. But I like this for you, and again, the magician card is telling you that time is fluid, the timing is fluid. The more you raise your low vibration, the more you focus on gratitude and joy and laughter and all that, the more it draws and makes it easier to come faster to you, and the time will fly faster for you, even if it's like a year, because it's already February 15th. My god, how fast time flies, right? But it's like going on a trip. If you're enjoying the trip and you're with people you love being around and, oh, blah, 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 you're talking and chatting and laughing, before you know it, you're there. If you're in a situation, lower vibration, where it feels like, God, when is this gonna be over? It feels like the trip takes twice as long, right? So, there's also our experience of it based on our energy, because time can just and we're like, "Oh my god, we're already here. Has it really been a year?" I don't think it's gonna be a year. I feel like your energy, how you've been moving, it's going to fluctuate, but, let's see what else. Yep, you got the World card and the 3 of Cups. Yep, so you've got the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of new adventures. Um, I feel like one of the things that is coming in here for you that you're well, it's like one of the last things that you're letting go of has to do with this fear of third party, the hurt of third party situations. And because that mistrust, it's a relationship, uh, poisons our relationship. I talk about sometimes my third relationship. I was very mistrusting because of my life, but my first two relationships, they both cheated. And So I would be like, "Why are there 2 towels in your bathroom? Why are there 2 cups in your sink?" And they were like, "If you're gonna accuse me of things and you have mistrust issues, you're gonna have to get that taken care of, or this isn't gonna go very far, or it's not gonna last very long." And so I went to counseling to that mistrust was my one of my big things is what I wanted to go and learn. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here is you're learning this mistrust, and letting go, creating new cycles with that too. So again, these little preparations, these tweaking of things to make it an amazing relationship instead of having to do a lot of work while you're in the relationship with them, you're gonna do the work beforehand. It's like you guys both decided that, "Yeah, this lifetime, let's do that instead of, you know, go through hell together." And then you also have the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, so a new beginning, a new start, yeah, and the Four of Wands. So I like this. This is all like I'm saying here. This, it's to see your worth and relationship in a new way, and it's joy. It's a joyful experience that leads to marriage, you know? Um and so it's worth the wait, and it's worth doing everything that I can in the meantime. I can't do their part for them. They gotta do their part, but, you can do all the stuff for you to make sure that you are in the highest, purest, love vibration possible. Then your experience is gonna be amazing, right? Instead of like, "Alright, here we go." Grab the chains, we gotta lug all this stuff along with us, it's gonna be more free flowing. Yeah. Yeah, right? Bastard. Oops, sorry. That was spirit, not me. No, that was me. Spirit's like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." They don't care. Alright, and what else do they want you to know here? Wow, so you've got this, 6 of Swords that you got in your last reading, which is all about the movement, leaving behind the old, and from choppy waters to calmer waters. So this is all giving you the time for this to change those mindsets, move across those emotional waters, and be to that, wonderful place. Yeah. And also to find your self love with the Ace of Cups, right? So it's to have you be in that highest vibration of love and the creator energy, which is a no card, but this is the power of no. And I like this. This is feeling in this place where your no isn't a no, 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 no. It's a loving, no, I don't wanna do that. The not having fear of being able to express your own emotions and what you're wanting to bring in. So, I love that. I love this for you. Oh my gosh, yeah, because the original card was the 6 of swords. I was like, "Didn't you get the 6 of swords, like, 3 times now, right?" Because you got once in the last one, and that was your timing card with the 6 of swords, if I didn't show that to you. So, I like this. This is giving you the time to do that, but with the energy that, you can always, um it can always be sooner, right? Yeah, I even got the Queen of Cups on the bottom there again. Not again, but that energy of the ruler over emotion, which is what your sign is. And I love that because you'll be in such a different place. The the bond between the two of you when you do meet, because you guys are doing all this stuff independently, it's just going to be amazing. It's going to be like flow so much more quickly together that it's just like zap, right? Yeah. I said no, but I cried. Yeah, so there's some good energy still to, standing up for your own self, right? So I love that. All right. Let's see what here. So what dark goddess comes in for this one? You've got Pele, Passion, the Hawaiian goddess, Pele, right? Let's see what she brings in here for you. So, of course, she is the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes, fire, and lava. She created the Hawaiian Islands, and she's honored as both a provider and a destroyer. She sailed from the island of Tahiti in a canoe and birthed each Hawaiian island from volcanic eruptions. She made her home in the volcano um, Kilauea, on the big island of Hawaii. She has a fiery temper, and she may curse anyone who is disrespectful or dares take lava rocks or plants from her volcano. Pele may manifest in many forms, including that of a beautiful young woman or an old woman accompanied by a little white dog. Wait, do you have a little white dog? You are Pele, but you're not an old woman. Yeah. So that's good, that's good awareness that it's hard to speak up without crying. That just means there's a lot of emotions that you held for so long. You're getting those, and that gives you the time between now and when you meet them to where you'll be in a, like that King of Cups, right? This beautiful, stable, emotional place. You do have a little white dog. I remember seeing him. Boo, boo, doo, boo, doo, boo. Woof. Hey, boo, boo. The meaning of this card, ignite your inner fire. Have you been holding yourself back out of fear of judgment, resentment, or rejection? Release the limiting beliefs that you are too much or not enough. Now is the moment to erupt out of your comfort zone and unapologetically embrace your true self. Choose passion over fear. Let that fierce fire inside you light your path in this world. Wow. I love that. Needs a bath. You baby. And then your angel number is 888, which it talks about karma, but I feel like this is more about balance is the first word. finances, success, wealth, blah, blah, cycles. What goes around comes around. But I like this balance energy that comes in here. Um, it says a lot of money is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. So, this message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. So, it is a little bit of focusing on gratitude energy, too, right? Oh, you saw 888. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, before that, it's funny because um, these are your cards, right? So 88888888. Okay, I get it. Which is a flow energy. It's um the Leo strength card energy, finding your inner strength. So I love that. All right. So those are for your two there. And then we'll circle back around for number three in a moment. All right. Hey, user PC, that's not very kind. I'm just going to remove that out of there. Keep it upbeat and higher vibration. We talked about that before. Having kind of statements that feel kind of judgmental is not the place. This isn't the place for that. It's about supporting and loving one another in my chat here. So if you just keep it in that direction, I appreciate it. You have Leo in your Mars. Yes. All right. So Guerrera means war. You are up. Boom, boom, boom. Here is your timestamp. And let's go up here and give your donation a love and a like since it lets me. So thank you for the birthday wishes. I hope I have many more to come as well. It'll be the perfect amount. Um, the aliens might come and take me early, and that's all right if they want to take me. But we'd like to do an energy check for the next month regarding career. So far, all seems to be moving along well at your new work site. Yay! I love that, right? So, well, I'll take a look here and see what's going on here. See if there's anything else here. Yes, all strength as we move through our travails. I love it. Yeah, birthday celebration every day. So I like that. All right. So let's take a look here. Well, I disagree, user PC. It's when you say you talk a lot, you know, that doesn't sound upbeat, Yeah, say, "Wow, you must be a Gemini. You're a great communicator." That's different. But if you're saying someone talks a lot, you talk a lot, that's not positive um energy. So so please honor my wishes. If not, you know, I'm just saying. Yeah. I can, but that's why I don't wanna snooze you. I know I did before. So I appreciate you just trying to understand where I'm coming from and just honor our yeah. And that's okay to be straightforward, but, we don't need to border rude, and that's kinda where that is. I mean, 'cause, um, I mean, yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So just please, please, please. And that's all I'm gonna say. All right. So Guerrera, thank you, thank you, thank you for your donation. And let's step into here. So over the next month or so about career, what does Spirit want you to know? What's happening in your energies here? that. We got this and this and that. All right. Let's see what we got coming in here. So you do have here the underlying energies is the Hierophant, Major Arcana number 5, which kind of rules over change in a way. But I like this energy because it's also kind of teacher student learning energy that's coming in. Also, your higher self kind of drawing you to see things from higher perspectives. But as soon as I saw it, I felt more like you might have an opportunity to kind of like learn something, as well as mentor someone, as a possibility too, kind of like a teacher student energy. But I feel like a lot of this has to do with getting some new training, getting some new learning, adding a new important skill, being drawn into that. So let's underline energy and see what else we have here. Yeah, you got the hanged man. Again, seeing things from a higher perspective energy, but it's also an energy of transformation, right? It's an energy of letting some old stuff go and adding some new. And so this energy of education, of learning, creation a little bit too, because the hangman is it's goes back to a story of Odin, the king of the gods, who tied himself upside down by one foot. Actually, if you see like Odin and like Thor movies and everything, his father is Odin and he's got the eye patch. It's because he gave one of his eyeballs so that he could see from the higher perspectives of the universe and not be limited to just um, the known knowledge. It's actually supposedly where the runes came from and then language came from. So I feel like there is this learning again in this. You don't have to sacrifice an eye, don't worry. But it's seeing things differently and having this thing unfold. So I love that. Let's see, it's leading to these 4 cards. You got the creator. So this is the, again, creating something and the power of no that comes with this card, which is you being able to say no in a nice way instead of, oh, I got to use my no button instead of
No, no, no. 1,000 times no.
it's not, saying it harshly, but being able to say no in a way that maintains everyone, including our own self as well. So, I like that. Um, and then along with that, you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so that's movement of thought and belief and communication and learning again that comes in here. And there can even be, if this is taking some sort of communications course or learning different ways to communicate through difficult situations, or it could have something to do with that. And my podcast that's coming out next week talks a little bit about Dale Carnegie, who we as managers we were offered kind of voluntold to go to these classes that they brought it in and they paid for it all, but we learned a lot about communicating and difficult communications and different things too. So I feel like there might be something around that if that resonates. You got the King of Wands. Yeah, this is you deciding what it is that you want to do, putting in some action behind some plans and at least some action behind some planning on what's the next step for you. What do you want to do? And this could be, is it like part of your career goal of where you want to go and what you want to do? Is there some classes that can help you towards that? Some sort of, enhancing thing that what could help you. It's almost like putting together a career plan, being specific, right? That's a SMART goal, specific, measurable. Was it appropriate? Reasonable and time bound so that it's, whatever SMART stands for. It's been so long since I've been in corporate life, but you can search SMART goal, it'll tell you it all. But we make them smart. We make them, especially the specific and time bound were 2 of the big things. Appropriate, reasonable too, not like, oh, I gotta do all this. It's like, don't make it too out of the that it's going to exhaust you, make it reasonable. But I like this. Yeah, and again, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. It's all about the quest of your worth and seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world, in a different way, as well. So I like that. Coming in, I feel like this is really what they're focusing on here is, you know, if we don't have a plan, then we can plan to fail, right? Because we don't have not fail, but we just don't go anywhere. But it's like once we decide what it is we wanna do, put a plan in place, and then to action behind the plan, then that's where movement happens and what we consider success as a human, right? And then these 2 cards came out. Yeah, I got the High Priestess, which is stepping away, from all the chaos. Go to your High Priestess temple, look at things from a different perspective, and and get in tune with your heart too. What is it that I wanna do? Not what I'm supposed to do, but what is it that I wanna do? Kind of energy. Yeah, and the Knight of Cups underneath that. Following the heart. Where's the heart leading you, right? That's the heart, and we're looking to the heart to guide us on our path. So, that's the thing is, even if it's like this is my corporate job and this is the big job that I do, but do I want to volunteer? Do I want to help, my community? That's where our heart can take us in different places too. Or it could be, I want to, someday, be this leader over this group. And so, what are the things, even maybe getting a mentor, if you're wanting to get to a certain place in your career, like an upper manager, something like that, you can reach out to a manager and go, um, my goal is to someday doing this. Would you mind mentoring me, or can I at least chat with you and get your advice on what steps is it that you took to get there? And, from your perspective, what are the things that can be done, especially if it's someone that knows you and that you trust their opinion, you can, kind of get the perspective. It doesn't mean you have to take it, but you can, if you trust their opinion, it doesn't mean you have to take their opinion as your own, but you can at least get their perspective on what they would recommend and see what resonates, right? And then it leads you to 2 sets of 2. The first 2 sets of 2, you got the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands, yeah. So it's all about, movement and passion and energy. Whatever you put your energy to, it's like that King of Wands. It's once you determine what is it you wanna do, then it's go, 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 and things happen fast, right? And underneath that, you have the Hermit and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, and so there is this, again, following your joy, and it's kind of, emanates that High Priestess energy in a way of the step away and find out what your joy is. Sometimes it takes us time to kind of step back out of everything and get in communication with our heart, because if we're just living from our mind, I think we talked about that before, right? If we're living just from our mind, we feel like we're existing, not living. But when we live from our heart, we truly feel like we're living. So I love that. Bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups. So that's all about following the heart and the emotional dream come true energy that's below there. So I like that. So let me put the cards back in here. We'll pull a Dark Goddess Oracle for you and an Angel number here for you too. All right. Those are a bunch of cards. Let's see here. So what else for Guerrera means war here? All right. So you have nurture and you have angana, which is that, nurture is the heart energy, right? Let's see what we got here. What message does she have? So, the myth is she is an Australian Aboriginal creator goddess. She's an ancient, serpent known as Mother Eingana by Native Australians and is the creator of all animals, water, and lands. In the beginning, her offspring grew large inside her, and she cried out in pain. An old man heard her cries and cut her open so she could give birth. Now, when any living creature is born, they hold a sinew of life attached to her. When she releases it, they die. And then the meaning is relationships require nurturing to thrive. Remember to share your gratitude for the blessings of the wonderful people in your life. Find ways to show how much you appreciate and care for them. A warm hug, a small gift, or a kind word can go a long way in strengthening your relationships. Rain carrying attention rain carrying attention upon your loved ones and watch them bloom and flourish. I feel like there's also this energy here, which is nurturing yourself. Nurturing your dream is important as well. So I like that. And then your angel number. Let's see what we have here. All right, we got this here. And you've got 444. Stability energy, but it's also protection energy, it says. Talks about change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, and love. It says, get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going put your energy, like we talked about, into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. I love it. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. Hey, Jojo. She fell asleep into a deep sleep. Oh, I'm glad you got some rest. I did do a general reading for Friday the 13th. Here's your timestamp if you want to check that out. Um, and then, yeah, I can definitely add you for a free reading. And if that wasn't what you were looking for, if that's what you wanted to know, we can make that your reading. I can dive deeper into there as well. If not, I'll add you on to the free reading list for now. All right. All right. See, I had one other donation come in here. All right. Very good. So, Maria P., I got your donation via the PayPal. So, up next, we have Debbie O, number 3, and then Maria P., I think is all we are at for donations. And then if I don't have any other by then, we'll jump into the free reading. So, cheers, everybody. Take a sip. All right. So, Debbie O, you are at 149.20 for number trace. There you go. And boom, boom, boom. Let's scroll up here. All right. Give that a love and a like. Happy birthday. Oh. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for your singing happy birthday to me. I love that there. So, you want to know, what do I need to focus on healing? All right. So let's see here. What's for your highest experience? What would be make it the highest experience? Make it the easiest for you to have the highest experience, I feel. So what thing can you focus on for that? I feel like so. Yes, for growth. All right, let's take a look here. So what can be the focus right now? What do you recommend if we're looking for growth and highest experiences? All right, I feel like that's all it. Maybe these these two as well. All right. Yeah. Let me just scooch these over. So the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of cups and the 2 of cups and the 4 of cups. It's funny that you also got the no card that we got before, the crater, and um, the lover's card, the relationship. So it's kind of like what we talked about in your last reading. Got all this power of emotional choice because you got the 2 of cups and the lover's card. Both of those are about the power of emotional choice. You got the no card, like being able to say no and learn to say no in a way that it's not like we did before, that now. But this 4 of cups and the 10 of cups energy, it's because the 4 of cups talks about yearning, which is that lack energy, right? But boredom and disillusion, the cups and the relationships we had before, we're bored with, they don't fulfill us. We're looking for that ace of cups, right? It's like the growth is all about self-love, self-love, self-love. Um, and of course, we'll get into more detail, or this is just the bottom of the deck, but the overall energy with all those cards does lend to this energy of knowing that I have old stories that don't serve me anymore, old emotions that don't serve me anymore, old energy that doesn't serve me anymore, even things in the physical world that don't serve me anymore. And I'm purging, I'm making space by letting go of this and questioning these things, right? Because at the core of any of our pain is fear. And when we get into that questioning what the fear is, it's going to come back to our worth and um, that we fear not being good enough is a lot of what because we fear rejection, but we feel we'll get rejected by not being enough or doing something wrong. Um, and when we're focused in on all that, we get our brain will provide us all the proof and all the stories to back that up. But there's this change of story that comes in with all this, and when I start telling my brain all the things, the story that I wanna live, then my brain will start showing me a new story. It'll start supporting that new story that I'm telling it now, but whatever story I'm telling my brain is what I'm going to it's going to help build. It doesn't know any better. It's like, "Oh, okay, that's the story we want," because a lot of times as humans, we choose the story of being punished, being a victim, and living in that realm, and our brain will go, "Look, yeah, look it, you are a victim. Here's all the proof, and here's all the, look it, it's continually happening to you," because 'cause it'll take us into situations over and over and over where we experience the victimhood. But then when we change to life is happening for me and I'm a powerful, eternal, supernatural being made of unconditional love, having this amazing experience, and joy is my natural state, laughter is my gift, um, you know, uh, gratitude is my way of life, then our brain goes, yeah, that's right. It's funny, I saw this video on a little snippet on Instagram. Someone was saying, "Yeah, I got really pissed off that someone told me all you have to do is tell your brain to be grateful." And it is, and it changes stuff. And they're like, "Who would have thunk that all you have to do is tell your brain, things are good?" And they're like, "You know what? You're right. It is good." And it changes everything. And it's funny, So I really like that. That yeah, it really does work because our brain just listens to what we're telling it and it supports it. So let's see here. That's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what's the first card up here. You got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, gratitude and abundance, right? Fullness of life. You got the 10 of Cups on the bottom, joy, joy and gratitude, you know. So when you're asking, what do I focus on for healing? It's and I love this reminder for us because we can get totally into um like um into our shadow work, and we can spend 90% of our time dealing with our pain and our suffering. But when we spend that much time focusing on it, what happens? It grows, right? So I usually say um, 80-90% of my time on gratitude and love and joy and higher vibration, 10 to 20% on those things that my little inner child's going, hey, 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 and so there is this awareness of um, you know not spending so much time on trying to deal with the shadow, but growing in my life, the higher vibration, but still doing the work. And there are times in our life when, in the beginning, when we're like, we're already in 90% of our time in lower vibration. It's like, well, it's already all there. Let me just weed through a lot of this while I'm here. But then we kind of start this movement from less on focusing on all that and more focusing on what we do. And then the things that pop up going, pay attention to me. We're like, all right, come here. Let's transform you. Let's question. Let's dive in and then do that. But focus on gratitude and joy are two big things that are here right now. Yep, we got the Hanged Man, Pisces, Neptune energy here. And this is focusing on seeing things from a higher perspective. Again, the higher vibration energy coming in here. Both of those were next to each other, the 10 of Pentacles and that. So that makes sense that they're saying, just see life from this higher perspective and focusing on that, not focusing on trying to so much change an old thought. It's focus on the new thought because when we have higher truth, a capital T truth, it actually, you know, um, realizes that's a lie. These things that we were told as opinion are a lie. And then it lets it go because once our brain realizes something's a lie, it will never believe it again. It just releases it. So I feel like that's a beautiful energy, is like not so much focusing on weeding through and going through all this. It's focusing on the higher more is what transforms automatically some of the other stuff too. So I like that. Yeah. And then this is letting go of those expectations. Letting go, this is like another, got three tens: 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles, the 10 of swords. It's allowing things just to fall away. The high priestess is stepping away from all the chaos, all the supposed to be's, should be's, need to be's, and um, connect to the higher realm more. Again, the more we connect to that higher love and that higher knowledge, the more that becomes our norm. And we're growing and feeding this, and it's getting bigger. This other lower vibrations becoming smaller automatically because we're not feeding it. And so it's kind of this kind of theme that's here is, let me focus on things that help my mind see higher, my heart feel higher, my actions feel higher, and my energy overall focused on higher vibration. Um, and that's how we grow. That's because whatever we focus on is what grows, which is interesting. You're like, well, that's not the growth I was talking about, but I understand it now. Is that I don't need to become someone different. I can just focus on burning away that which is not me so that I can see a clearer picture of who I really am. Because all the stuff that was kind of taken on growing up isn't us. It's just stuff that got stuck on us. We're just peeling it away and going, So it's not that I have to become stronger, that I have to become something bigger and better or more perfect. We already are perfect. We're just peeling away the things that we've taken on growing up that aren't true, and we're just kind of burning that away and then focusing on or trying to gain that clarity in who we really are, right? You got the Queen of Swords, balance between head and heart, and the Page of Wands energy coming in here as well. So, again, this beautiful balance energy. The Page of Wands is about this higher vibration. Um, let me see here. This other one feels like it needs to be okay. Yeah, so you got both of the you got the King of Cups again and the Queen of Swords. Both of these are the balance between head and heart, and it's like that's where the growth happens. And that makes sense with when we're like, I'm not focusing on all this. The things that pop up where I feel disappointment, those are the things that are telling me that, oh, I have a rule, around something. That's not true. Because if I feel disappointed, it means I had an expectation, which is an opinion of humans. And that's where I can change that. Because I can be like, the real truth is, you know, it's like, well, their actions mean something about me. Lie, 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 right? Not L for loser, but L for lie. That's a lie, you know? It's not true. My worth is inward and upward, not outward. And no matter what changes in the outside world, you remember your foundation there. Yeah, I like this. You've got the Hermit card, which is, you know, taking time away, communing with spirit, again, like the high priestess. Got the high priestess and the hermit. Didn't you get that in another reading? Someone did. Maybe that was Guerrero, but I feel like there was, there's this stepping away and getting as much disconnected as I can, being aware when I'm feeding my brain, my heart, my energy, my life, and using that, to um just I know it can use your feelings as flags that something can be looked at within us and go, all right, I'm feeling weird. What's the fear? What am I fearing, below this, right? Um, and and so I love that, that, energy that's there. And then the Three of Wands is about we end up going to different directions, because of the new knowledge that we experience. We do things differently, and it's okay. We become more comfortable in doing things differently instead of fearing, that, oh, if I do this, there's going to be hell to pay. So I like it. I like it. So hopefully that helps just on kind of the focus, and that takes away the pressure of like, oh, I have to get to some sort of place to be able to be, good enough. It's like, no, I'm perfect right now. It's all about the journey of, letting more things, burn away that are not me, and realizing, and we realize those things on us when we feel ugly. We're like, oh, this doesn't feel right, because that's not us. Our natural state is unconditional love and gratitude, the higher vibration. So when we experience something lower vibration, it feels blue. And we use that that feeling of blue to go, oh, that's right. That's a flag to tell me this is something that I can let go, and focus on the different too. Your dark goddess is Artemis, which is about independence, the huntress. So let's take a look here. So, of course, the myth is Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, childbirth, children, and chastity. She roams the forest, acting as a fierce guardian of all creatures, killing those that hunt pregnant animals or their newborns. Women pray to Artemis during childbirth, and she's a protector or protectress of young girls. Artemis never marries and avoids relationships with men to maintain her independence and autonomy. She is a shape-shifting goddess who may take the form of a young huntress or an animal such as a deer, a wolf, or a bear. The meaning is you can create your own rules and forge your own path in life. What? Exactly. Artemis encourages you to embrace and use the invaluable skills and resources that are unique to you and all your own. Be sure to structure your life in a way that supports your desires and your goals. Don't be afraid of disappointing others or breaking away from the herd to pursue the life you want for yourself. Trust in yourself and your abilities. Don't be afraid to go for it alone, which that's not a requirement, but I love that. So it supports everything we were talking about, right? And then you've got endless cycles, 2323. Oops. There we go. So charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances and patterns. It's funny. I don't want to repeat the past relationship patterns. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Wow, exactly like that card. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. So I love this. So this is all about, you choosing um your path and you realizing what's all the influence of everything else that you had and what do I want? What story do I want to create? Not because I feel I'm supposed to shoot or blah, 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 but what's in my heart? What do I want to create? And it becomes creating, not trying to duplicate or meet expectations or, meet requirements. It's an adventure instead of because when we have all the expectations, we basically start in the negative doing all this energy to get up to 0, then abundance starts when we have very little expectations, which the mind is what has expectations. The heart doesn't have expectations. So when we live from the heart, there's no expectations. Everything is abundance. When we live from the mind, it's feeling like we're behind, trying to catch up and having to do so much just to get to 0, and then disappointment. We live all this disappointment till we get up to here, and we hardly ever get up to here because all these expectations are contradictory, they're unachievable, they're always moving, always change. It's like trying to get a herd of cats together to take a picture. Good luck. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donations. I'm so grateful. We got Santa in the house. Hey, Santa, good to see you. Thank you for your donation. I'll get you on the list here. You are very welcome. Good to see you. My tech Zen friend. All right. So up next, we do have Maria P. and then Santa. You'll be up after that. Take a quick sip here. How are we doing on time? All right. Get these all set here. And it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes in like probably after I finish Maria P and Santa, I'll be like right at or past the 2.5 hour mark. Then I'll start doing at least 30. I'll do like 30 minutes of free readings. If I get any other donations in that time, then I'll finish out those and then return and finish out all the other free readings as well. Yeah, it has been a while. That's all right. You're on your adventures. I do think about you and I send you love. I check in with your spirit and you're doing well. I'm like, okay. All right. So let's jump in here. So Maria P, you are up. So thank you for your donation. We will circle back around for your free reading as well. Here's this the PayPal here. So let me get in and get your questions. See what we got going on here. So let's take a look here. What are Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today? All right, thoughts and feelings. I'm just one here. I love that, Deb. All right, then what's coming for you guys next week? All right, boom, boom. He said he's having horrible times at work. What's that about? Let's see. I feel like we got this and this. Don't feel like these. Laura's thoughts on you today. Bob on you today. What's going on with Jeff? Okay. What is he telling you? Good night, my dear. All right. So, Wally's thoughts and feelings. We got the Fool card here, which is a great energy. It's really this Aquarius, Uranus energy that we're in right now with this new moon. But the Fool card it's a letting go of expectations and this feeling of possibilities, like a kid in a candy store, of going, look at everything that's possible. And gosh, it's just wow. So there's this world of possibilities. And this is, with you, obviously that's here. So, there is um, this energy of what do we want next? But it's about, not feeling the pressure of expectations, and this just feels like when it comes to you, specifically, because like you said, they're going through a lot of other things in the outside world. So this is strictly with you. It's wow, what's possible? This feels like the adventure. This feels like the freeing piece in my life. Just seeing like the future is full of, like I said, full of possibilities, is this energy that's coming in. What's coming for you guys next week? Well, you got the Sun and the Hierophant. So the Sun is like bright, sunshiny victory energy, a bright light being shown on things, but it feels very positive, feels very um, warm, very passionate. And the Hierophant here, this is like a teacher student energy. And of course, because of the job that he does, I just feel like that there's something that, of course, there's change going on in his work and school, but I feel like there's something to do with the two of you with the school and doing something um, special there. But it just feels like the bright spot of both of your lives is your guys' relationship next week, which doesn't mean that there's horrible things going on in the outside world, but it just feels like when I think about you and when I'm with you, and this is both you guys saying it to each other, that that there's, it burns away the fog. The clouds part and the bright light shines. It's like this is the happy place for you guys next week. So I really like that kind of awareness that comes in. He said he's having horrible times at work. What's going on? Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Yeah, and I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this is like things aren't unfolding fast enough according to whoever is like kind of creating the requirements, and it feels like the stuff's not getting done in a timely manner into the, to what we feel it's successful. And it's like, well, it's taking time for things to grow. And this 10 of cups, it's funny that this is about family, and um I feel like this has to do with like, I don't know if there's stuff going on with between parents and them. It's almost like I had this flash of like PTA, where it's like, Oh god, they're just it's like there's from all these different directions, all these different people complaining about different things, and we want this, no, we want that, and we want, there's like all this stuff. He's trying to please everybody. And this is like that 10 of cups. I'm trying to make everyone happy, and that's the problem is you can't make everyone happy. Some people are going to have to be unhappy, but he's trying to, you know, make everyone happy, and he can't. Laura's thoughts on you today. You got the 7 of Wands. Yeah, it feels like today you really stood out to them with the 7 of Wands. That's someone standing on a hill, being bright, being true to themselves, shining bright. So I feel like their perception is that it feels like today you um, over overcame a challenge. It just feels like you stood out in a positive way with her today. With Bob, yeah, you always should get this. He was like, he just likes you. There's this connection. It's not romantic at all, but maybe you remind him of his daughter or, someone, um, because I feel like there's this, energy of, I just like what you do. They just have this connection with you that just feels like you do well. They're just like it's like a daughter energy. And it just feels like he sees you as that. So I just almost feel like you can do no wrong there. And then what's going on with Jeff? Why is he telling you this, right? Yeah, got the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is this clarity. I feel like this communication that's coming in here, they're using all of this stuff to probe and to find out what they can, um, by your reactions and responses, um, what kind of action that they can have with you. And I feel like if you found out that Wally was communicating with someone that was interested in him, you wouldn't like it. So keep that in mind because I feel like this is not the energy that will have you grow with Wally. It'll actually start pulling you guys apart, especially if for some reason Wally ever found out or saw it. I mean, just imagine if you found out on their phone that they were chatting with someone that was interested in them. It wouldn't be, it's like use that sword and cut off the ties with them. Because if you're not wanting to be romantic with them, then don't talk with them. If you're wanting to be romantic with them and that's something you want, then you need to end it with Wally out of respect for him, right? So that's what they have for that. Let's see what the dark goddesses have for you. And then let's see the angel number here for you too. All right. So the dark goddess that is here for you is inspiration, Brigid. 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 She's from Ireland, I believe. Yes. So the myth is that she's the Irish goddess of fire, poetry, music, healing, and smithery, like blacksmithing kind of things. She's the keeper of the sacred flames of creativity and of healing wells and natural springs. She's honored at the Feast of Imbolc on February 1st. We talked about her on that day every year. And Imbolc marks the midpoint of winter when the sun and spring maiden return and the crone months of winter are fading away. So we're halfway in between, the winter and spring. Bonfires are lit in celebration, and offerings of coins or food are left by those seeking her blessings of healing, protection, or inspiration. She may appear as a maiden, a mother, or a crone, or in the form of a snake or pillar of fire. Ooh. The meaning the card brings for you is there is a bright light burning inside of you. There's the sun. What is it that you love to do? Let Bridget help you bring that spark of inspiration to life. Allow that inspiration to fill you with enthusiasm. You have ideas and goals that are achievable. Just keep your fiery passion burning. Harness that energy to move forward in creating the life you desire. Yeah, so there is that, are you creating the life you desire, or are you wanting to burn bridges with it's like there's this, you either burn the bridge with Wally or you burn the bridge with Jeff, right? Because entertaining them, "Oh, no, 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 we're just talking." That's entertaining them, right? Because you know what they're after, right? You're just looking for confirmation. You know that they're telling you, "Oh, I'm with someone, but I wanna break up with them." Well, what do you want? Want me to murder them, or you want me to help you break up with them? What are you telling me? Oh, so that I wanna break up with someone so that I can be with you, right? Alright. And then your fortune cookie is high vibes 1144, which says, it's divine intervention, prosperity, big ventures, fated events, faith, purpose, higher calling. It says, love or other happiness lurks just around the corner. It will be something much better than in your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity, an exciting encounter with like minded people will exceed your expectations. So I love that for you. Right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. As I said, we'll circle back around for your free reading here in a moment. Helga, no, not yet. I've got one more donation, and then by then I'll have hit the 2.5 hour mark, and then I'll start free readings, and I'll do about 30 minutes of them at least. And if I get other donations, I'll, of course, go complete those. Um, but if I don't have any other donations, I'll finish out all the free readings here in a little bit. All right. So Santa's in her full energy. Uh-oh. Is that good? All right. So Santa, you are up to 2241. Here is your time step. Thank you for your donation and the little rainbow unicorn. So you want to know, will Ivan contact you again? You worry about him. All right. We'll take a look here. Hey, good to see you. So let's take a look here. So will you, based on current energies, will Ivan contact you again? All right. Take a look here. Oop, oop. All right, and then to that. All right, let's take a look here. Well, there is a possibility that they will. Something's building here. Because the bottom of the deck, you do have the Two of Wands, which is wands are possibilities, and the Two of Wands is it's all about, this energy. Yeah. Yeah, right. You see it again and again. Power of choice energy. Also, if you Google like angel number 222, you can see what resonates that pops up there for you. But for me, the the number two is all about the power of choice energies, right? It's all about I get to choose my stories, my emotions, my energy, my actions, and thus my life. I'm the one that gets to choose. And I can't choose for anyone else, just myself. And there is this before I look at these other cards, this is the bottom of the deck, but it's like when you say that you worry about him, it's interesting that they're bringing in this clarity of why. Why do we worry about people? Because worry is fear. It's rooted in fear. Fear is the root of worry, of course. And it's because I fear that they're not living the life I think that they should be living, either in happiness or doing what we think they should be doing. There's something about I worry about people because I fear they're not having the life they should be. But that's the thing with the Two of Wands is whatever choices I'm making in each moment is the life I'm creating, and that is my choice. And so when we wonder what's going on with people, um, we can do it out of curiosity just because 'cause we're being nosy and we wanna know things, right? Because we can. It's, "What's going on over there?" Just, "Oh, okay." It's like checking someone's Facebook page. I don't have to interact with them, but I can see what's going on, um, and but where worry is comes in is we fear that someone is not having the life that they should be having. But the thing is, you know how we know that someone's having the life they should be having? Because they're having it. Otherwise, they would be having a different life in the moment. So everyone is always going through what they have designed to go through, and, um, out of love, we can still do things if we feel like people are needing something, but, for the most part, everyone's a mad scientist in their mad scientist lab doing their own mad scientist experiments, and we can trust that the universe is kind and that life is always unfolding for us in some way, somehow, even when we can't see it with our human eyes. All right. So with the Two of Wands, it's like you could hear from them or not because they're like the energy is fluctuating. But based on current energies, let's see what's coming in here. We do have the Star card. Here's your Aquarius energy. I don't think you're not Aquarius, are you? But there's this Aquarius energy that's coming in with the Three of Cups. So, this is drawing us to the Star card. This is our higher self, the star. And then the Three of Cups represents your spiritual posse. And I feel like before they're answering that here, they're kind of starting off saying they're in good hands. Their higher self is in control of their life. Their Three Cups is their spiritual posse of thousands and thousands, endless multitude that's supporting them on the other side. So they're in good hands. You can trust that they're in good hands. So I feel like that's a good comforting energy, realizing, yeah, we're not on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode. We're in a very beautiful environment where everything is aware, the entire universe, the creator, and all these endless number of beings of unconditional love and light, they're fully aware of everything that's unfolding. There's not anything that going, oops, what happened? Who took their eyes off the wheel and it blew up, right? So I love that. It makes you crazy seeing all the repeating numbers. Well, they're messages. So whenever you see them, I really encourage you to like Google angel number, 1111, angel number 222, angel number 333, angel number 555, or whatever you're seeing, and see what resonates. Cause it's like this is your posse and support team trying to give you messages of encouragement, of guidance to bring things to your attention. So it's like, it's almost like I get these little things on my phone all the time saying, you have a message, you have a message. It's driving me crazy. I'm like, "Well, are you looking at the messages?" "No, that's why you're getting so many of them, because it keeps on you just get more and more and more and more of them, right? Because 'Cause they're trying to get messages through to you, right? So I highly encourage you to do that. Alright. So you have 1 card, 2 card, 3 card that is next here, and something is progressing. You do have the 5 of Wands. There is this transformation of energy that's happening. I feel like there is conflicting energy going on with them right now. So they're kind of in this battle between their head and their heart here. And they got the Six of Cups and the Justice card. Yeah, this feels like something's going on with them here where they have someone or a situation from the past that's come back, and it's having them trying to see things from a different perspective, like from a different um, like from a point of clarity. on whatever this is, that person or situation that's bubbled up from the past, but it definitely has brought in this conflict energy. That's what sparked it. Is it could be an ex or a situation with an ex that's come back across their path that ignited some stuff within them, and they're trying to work that out. Yeah, you are Aquarius, right? We got a lot of Aquarians here. It's like I'm like, I think you're an Aquarian too. Um, and where this is leading them, yeah, they definitely are. If they stay on this track, there's a little bit of transformation time that they're going through with this hangman. Again, it's seeing things from a higher perspective, but it's also a kind of a transformative energy that then, when they get to the other side of this little transformation and this struggle that they're going through, then with the magician card, this is action and a new opportunity of connection. So I do feel like there is, but it feels like it's going to be a little bit of time, more time, because they're actually working on transforming something within them. What else can you know here? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Again, 5 of Swords is this battle, this conflict that they're having, and the King of Cups is a balance between head and heart. So when they get that balance place back, that's when they'll reach out. Let me pull a quick win card to see, based on current energies, what we're looking at with here. But with that 2 of Wands, how you can help it come to you sooner is by focusing in not on what's missing, like, "Oh, they're not communicating, they're not communicating, they're not communicating," because then you get more of not communicating, right? But if you focus in on, like, um, think about the times you have communicated, what you loved about it, what you're grateful for about it, then that makes it be able to come to you more easily, right? And I'm gonna knock that over one of these days. Alright. Oh, there we go. Boom. It's like, boom. Put these cards back in there. Well, so you got the King of Wands. So, this energy that comes in here, I mean, this is Aries season, Leo season, Sagittarius season. The timing says November 13th to December 12th, but I don't feel like that's it, because the King of Wands, again, whatever you focus on with your energy is what what draws in, right? And but with it being Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, all the fire signs, it can be like Aries season, which is March 20th to like April 20th ish, around that period of time. Leo would be later, of course, 4 months later, right? But it feels like more it would be around Aries uh, season, where it is right now. But with all that Wands energy, you never know. Things can change. I don't know if he's necessarily with his ex as much as that they came back through their life and caused a ruckus that created a between their head and heart, um, stuff. So it's not that he's like with them in a relationship, but like they came across their path and ah and knocked him out of balance. Um, and so they're working through getting their balance back. Is there more of that energy? Nothing about them back togetherness energy was there. It felt more like they either bumped into him somewhere or they messaged him or whatever, and um but it doesn't feel like intentions of getting back together energy or anything like that. It just feels more like drama. Right. Your dark goddess is mystery. You've got Note. It's the goddess. Let's see what she brings in here for you. So the myth is Note is the Norse goddess and personification of night. She is a primeval goddess born to giants who rules over darkness, sleep, and dreams. She has three children, one with each of her three husbands. She gave birth to Aud, which is wealth, Dagger, which is the day, and Jord, which is the earth. I probably mispronounced all their names. Each evening, she brings nightfall when she rides in her bejeweled chariot. It is pulled by her horse, Rimfoxy, from whose mouth dewdrops fall. Oh, interesting. The meaning of the card for you: the darkness stretches out before you, vast and unknowable. This is specifically regarding um, Ivan, right? You may feel unsteady and unsure of what is coming next. No, crap, right? So, Note is assuring you to rest easy because you are on the correct path and your efforts are not in vain. There are forces at work that you cannot control or fully understand, but trust in the mystery and keep going. Be patient and have faith that the seeds that you have planted will bloom when they're ready. Of course, right? So that's what she has, and then your angel number is 1441. A little mirroring energy going on there, 1441. And so this is about life goals, mission, a sense of self, honesty, important projects. It says, "It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority right now." So it's focusing on more of that. It's almost like they're saying, well, they're working on all that. You focus on you and focus on doing this for yourself. So I like that for you, Santa. Right, and that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All righty. So where are we at? We are at 238. So hey, Ashvin, good to see you. Thank you for your donation. I haven't completed any free readings, and so my intention is always 2.5 hours in. If I haven't completed any free readings, I do for 30 minutes. Try to get through as many free readings as I can. And then after that, I will jump to you, um, Ashvin. And then if there's any other donations, I'll complete those out too. And then I'll return back to the free readings to complete those out. So that's what we're going to do here in a moment. Momentito. You're very welcome, Santa. Love you. So cheers, everybody. All right. It's getting very hot because it's getting low to the bottom of the cup. Woo! But I love and I'm grateful for my little coffee warmer. All right. So up first, we do have Touch O Love. Hello, hello, my dear. Here is your timestamp. So, who is this person coming towards you? All right. Yep, I had a great birthday. Thank you so much. All right. So, who is this person that is coming towards you? What can we know about them? All right. Well, well. So, you got the Sun card, which is a very, it's Leo energy, but it could be a fire sign themselves. But the Six of Cups is someone from a past lifetime too. So when you meet them, you're not going to have to wonder who they are because there's going to be this energy. Like I usually joke that they're glowing in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt. And you're like, oh, that must be them. It's going to be that familiar. It's going to be that like bumping into someone that you've known for a long time, but you haven't known him in this lifetime yet. At first I asked him, is this someone from the past? They're like, no, This is someone from a past life, but not from the past in this life. Someone from you've had other lifetimes with. And that's why there's this undertow of energy that just draws you guys together and you both feel comfortable and feel like you've known each other for centuries. And it's beautiful. It's this brightness, but the sun energy, this brightness, it just feels uh, like I said, it feels so warm and bright, and it's almost like there's a spotlight on them. And that's the way they see you when you guys meet. It's almost like across the room, you know. Excuse me, but I feel like I mean, it just definitely and it's like you guys stand out to each other when you meet each other, and it's just an immediate, again, familiarity that comes in. I do feel sun card fire sign energy, so it could be a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, but I'm feeling like it's leaning more towards a Sagittarius. And and I don't and it's just the feeling that I have, and because it feels more compatible for you, and it's someone who likes to travel, who likes foreign understanding foreign places and wants to travel and see different things, and they're very upbeat and positive and funny, and, um, they're more the matured, eh, um of the fire signs, you know, Aries being the babies and the birthing and fire, and Leo's being kind of the middle, leader, you know, but, the lower expression of and we all have lower expressions, so no offense to any Aries or Leo or Sagittarius or anyone. We all have lower expressions and higher expressions. Our lower expression of Aries is, um, "Let's go. Come on," and just, psh, you know, um almost a look at me, mom." And the Leo energy is follow me or look at me. And a higher vibration is follow me. But they're also wanting the spotlight. No, no, look at me. And Sagittarius is more that's like they've been through, you know, the other signs, the other fire signs. That's why they've through time have a more secured energy around them. Um they can be a bit much. Hey, at their lower expression because they can be a bit all over the place, but as they raise their vibration and have their expression higher, it is more of a seeker and someone that loves adventure, but it's balanced adventure. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, and then user PC, you are up. Here's your timestamp. Boom, boom. And you wanted a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. I've got that. Okay, and this one here. So you have the Eight of Cups and the Two of Wands coming in. So we've got the Two of Wands energy, which is, of course, the power of choice in a way. But there's this energy that comes with it that we don't talk about a lot, which is planning. And with this 8 of cups, the 8 of cups is on one part, it's, looking at releasing old emotions that don't serve me anymore, um, because it takes emotional energy to keep things pushed down that we experienced when we were 7 years old and younger when our emotional body was being created. We didn't know what to do with these feelings of anger, these feelings of sadness, because you know everyone wants a happy child and they tell you don't cry, don't get mad and throw a tantrum. They don't we're not allowed a lot of humanity anyway isn't given that okay to feel those things and express them. So what do? We don't know what to do with it. We stuff it. Takes that's charged emotional energy, that's taking emotional energy, then we're keeping it down, which takes more emotional energy. So the more we transform these old emotions and allow ourselves to feel them, then they're just released. And Doesn't mean we have to act on them, but we can feel the emotions, and then we get all that energy, emotional energy back. And then the other piece of the 8 of cups is letting go of relationships that don't serve us anymore, those that we're investing a lot in and not getting a whole lot back. So this 2 of wands in conjunction with that is kind of this energy of planning, um, and I feel like it's more zeroed in on the relationships of, let me make plans to confirm what relationships I want to continue and those I don't. And if I need information on anything, like, well, I'm not sure if that one, if I want to do or not, then make a plan to do an action to see, to get information on whether you want to or not. Um, Meaning like, you know what? I I feel like if I, you know, gift them this or we go do this, I'll know in the moment the energy that's there, whether I want to or not. So that's what we can do. But it's plan to do that, make it intentional, not, well, I'll see, because I feel like this is preparing you for a relationship. Because whenever we get like an 8 of cups energy, it's like it's happening for a reason. I mean, if my emotional bank is low or my heart's like, we can't afford to be in a relationship with someone because we don't have the emotions to give. It's all been allocated out to other things and other emotions. But the more emotion of that energy I bring back by transforming those, and the more relationships that um, the ones that are I'm over committing all this emotional energy and getting very little back. It's like it's time to bring a lot of that back. And then you have this full emotional bank account, and then your heart's like, yes, I approve. We can have a relationship. And then it draws it in. So I feel like that's an important energy for you right now. So hopefully that resonates for you, my dear. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. Right. We have Swaroop Bobby up next. So, Swaroop, here is your timestamp. Any new job coming in this month? All right, based on current energies, is there a new job coming your way? Oh, none of those. All right, that's the one. Literally fell out of the deck. All right, what do we have here? You've got the 6 of Wands and the Page of Swords. Yeah, 6 of Wands is movement energy, victory energy. And the Page of Swords is, I feel like there's communication coming back from a previous company, because it feels like this is returning communication. Maybe there's something that's been taking a while and it hasn't, yeah, it didn't hear back, but I feel like there was something that happened at whatever company this was that delayed things, like budget, or someone got sick, or there's something where things got all botched up and now they're finally getting everything going back again, and they're back from surgery or they're back from when they were sick. So there's something that now the person's reaching out going, hey, if you're still interested, we have an opportunity for second interview, or so it's something that you tried that you hadn't heard back from. Oh, this is one of those where you just like, did I fall off the face of the earth or what? But I feel like you're gonna get communication, and it feels like you definitely within the next, well, it's 2 weeks is all we have left really in this month. So it's definitely here. It feels more, even more like next week you'll hear from it based on current energy. So I like that. So you will get an opportunity for, because I feel like they contact you next week for an interview, and then based on energies, I feel like you'll get offered the job. So that's what they got for you, my dear. So many blessings. All right. Then we have Cat Mia. You are up. Meow meow. I know I do that all the time, but I like cats. All right, there you go. So, how can you hold on to this clear feeling without being back and forth with it? All right, let's take a look here. What advice do they have for you on how you can maintain this clarity? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had these cards earlier and I put them in separately and they came out together. Balance between head and heart, with the Queen of Swords, and the King of Cups is balanced between the heart and the head. So you got this balanced energy. And it's interesting because I feel like what they're saying here is that while we're human, it's all about balance, and that um, back and forth is how we learn to walk, right? Like if a little child stands still, it never learns to walk, but it's the going off balance is how it learns to balance itself. And I feel like the back and forth is part of your journey because it's teaching you how you can balance with going back and forth and that you can choose it. So I feel like it's part of it all here. And instead of trying to hold on to the clear feeling, it's allow the clear and the unclear. Because I feel like what they're saying here is when I have an expectation, right, that I should always have this clear feeling, it's the expectation and focusing on that I need to have the clear feeling that takes me out of the clear feeling. And what I mean by that, let me see, how can we explain this? It's like, um, if I tell myself I'm not supposed to think of pink bunnies, I'm gonna struggle thinking about pink bunnies because 'cause I'm focusing on what should or shouldn't happen. The expectations are shoulds, supposed to be's, need to be's, have to be's, and that is lower vibrational energy. Clarity is from the heart without expectation. The lack of clarity comes in when our mind takes us into lower vibration fear of supposed to be and should be and need to be. What does it mean if you don't have clear feeling? It means I'm a failure because I'm supposed to always have clear. No, see, that's an expectation. It, kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. It takes us into the unclarity. But when we release all that, we rise into the higher vibration where clarity exists. So the striving to achieve an expectation of clarity is what takes us into unclarity. The releasing of all care about outcomes of clarity brings clarity. Isn't that funny? All right. So hopefully that is clear. But that's what they have for you, Katmia. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue on here. We've got Helga. Helga is up 253.15. And thank you guys so much for your patience in getting to your readings and for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the Love Tsunami. Something you can do to show some love to the channel and to me. And it's all free. So thank you so much for that. All right, Helga. So whatever comes up for you, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, here we go. Boom, boom. So you've got the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups. So this is about, Knight of Cups is movement of love. It's the quest for love that comes in here too. There is a romantic partner that will eventually come your way here. But with the Three of Cups, this is kind of the foundation that comes first before the knight in shining armor or nitrous or whatever comes in, right? The Three of Cups represents like a little group. It may be you and two others, with these being three, that you're like this little three peas in a pod. It's like a foundation of like two besties that you guys keep each other grounded and aware and in a way accountable, but not in a judgy accountable way. It's like out of love. So it'd be like, "Hey, Helga, have you met someone new?" And you're like, "Yeah, how did you tell?" Because 'Cause you're kinda shrinking. You know how you do when you meet someone and you start to, um, become less because you're trying to be who you think that other person wants you to be, but you're not being true to you, and you're like, "Oh my god." my pattern. Thank you for pointing that out." And then you're like, but you all do it for one another. You're like, "Hey, I love you." And they're like, "Yes, I know. Tell me." you know, because it's because you're doing it for each other's health, for each other's self love and self worth. And you're all watching each other's back. And this is the foundation that comes first before love comes. So, if you don't have like two besties that are like you trust your life with them, those come first, and then the romance comes after that, because this foundation is in place, which allows you to break a cycle, break a pattern of the past, because again, all three of you keep each other accountable, and so you don't do what you've always done and get what you always got. You do things differently because of your support with one another, and you're like, "Wow." Then you have, two people that are in your wedding. So that's what they got for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. Up next, we got MMC. We got 2 at 5626. All right. So MMC, like a general for next week. Yeah, you can still donate. Absolutely. All right. So what a general for next week. Wow. So you got the Magician and the King of Cups. So it feels like here for next week, it's important here, one, to recognize your power of manifestation. And of course, we've got a big, big new moon happening on Tuesday, and it's a solar eclipse, and it's the moving into the year of the fire horse, and it's Mardi Gras, and it's the beginning of Ramadan. There's all this stuff that's happening on next week, and there's a huge opportunity of manifestation. If you haven't checked out the video that I just put out today, which is making the most of this new moon energy in Aquarius next week, be sure to check it out, because it tells you how to make the most of your 10 new moon wishes and your 10 um, not inspirations. It's not affirmations. Um, but it talks about 10 other things too. It's an I word. I can't think of it right now. It's not important right now. But, it is about you stepping in and using that energy, because it's like your astrological connection to it all, um, also expands it. So it feels like you have an extra oomph and ability to really make the most use of the 10 intentions and 10, uh, new moon wishes. So it's like spirit told me. So I love that, because the King of Cups is a balance between head and heart, and it brings in a lot of this water bearer energy, which the Aquarius is the water bearer, which is the Aquarius new moon solar eclipse energy. And I just feel like there's so much around this, that's important for you next week, to use that and focus in on the um, water bearer characteristics that are listed in that video too, of the Aquarius, what it rules over, because it's extra sparky and powerful already. But I feel like you've got this energy that's coming in that makes it even more amazing for you. So there must be some sort of, like I said, planetary alignment that's aligning you with the stars that just make it very big time of manifestation. So that's what they have for you, my dear. I like it. So many blessings to you. And if you're watching right now, let me see. Here's the video I was talking about. I'll just throw it down here. Boom, boom. Just in case. If not, the playlist is in the description box of this video. The Making the Most of a New Moon. If you want to check it out, if you're watching this on replay. All right. So we'll continue here. Are we doing time? Yeah, we're still doing here. So it was 2:39. That's when I started Touches of Love. So it'll be 2:69, which would be 3:09. So yeah, I got about 10 more minutes. So I'm going to complete some more free readings here. So Olivier Vagara, you are up 30012. So Olivier, here is your time stamp, my friend. You want to ask time lapse initiated once again my working skills, please, many blessings. So that you want to know the timing that you initiate your working skills. All right, so we'll do a timing card here. So based on current energies, when will you once again put working skills in action? All right, so we'll see what this is here. You've got the Two of Cups. We got June uh, coming in here. The Two of Cups is the emotional choice energy. But it's June 21st to July 1st. Venus in Cancer. You know, it seems far off, which really February to March, March to April, April to May, May to June. It's only really 4 months away, right? And maybe that's the higher date when you actually start doing it there. But this Two of Cups energy is the power of emotional choice. And we've got all those energies. We've got our power of story energy, our power of emotion energy, our power of action, physical action energy that influences things. So yeah, it's way too long. But it's the power of emotional. Again, if I focus on gratitude, 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 what, am I grateful for? I would do like uh, a a journal page or just write out a page of all the things I've loved about jobs in the past, where I've applied my working skills, and just write the ones that you're grateful for. Specific situations. I remember when I was able to do that and how it felt, and I love that. I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And when we sit in that emotion of it, because it's not just seeing it, it's feeling it, and with that Two of Cups, feel how wonderful it felt to do that, and that just helps draw it in even sooner. But I feel like based on current energies, and it fluctuates, right? Because if I'm in a place of fear, in a place of lack, in a place of need, and I'm like, "It's taking too long," and I'm frustrated, that's lack energy, and it makes it harder for it to come to us, right? But the more I'm grateful for it, and I sit in this place of true I can't fake energy. If I'm being grateful and I'm seeing it and I love it, then, you know, then I draw it more quickly to me. So hopefully that helps the VA. That's what they got for you, my dear. All righty. Then we have Faith and Love. You are up 30321. So Faith and Love. Does C have any plans for you guys this weekend? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies in this moment. All right, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, right? It looks here, you got 2 fours. You got the Four of Wands, which is a joyful celebration. And the Four of Swords is also resting and relaxation. So it feels here rest, recovery, quiet. It's like we're going to go party and then we're going to go rest. So it feels like that there is something that some sort of gathering that they want to take you to with this Four of Wands. Um, and then the Four of Swords is an energy of rest. It's almost like there's this big event and then let's go chill kind of energy that comes in with it here. Um, so it definitely feels like there's something with this joyful, but it feels like it's a joyful celebration and event, not like, I don't feel like they're a big trying to live up to expectations person, because that Four of Swords is like, "Yeah, I don't like the, because it's, oh, you have to do all this stuff, just get up to 0 kind of energy that kind of comes in there. I feel like they're like, "I wanna do something different." And, and then we can chill, you know. But I feel like that's what's coming in with that. So hopefully that helps. Right. So that's what they got for you, my dear. All right. And then we've got Premia Abadal. 30523 is your timestamp here. And what's coming in your life? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know that's coming your way in your life here? Right. Boom, boom. You got the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. You know, you do have this opportunity to move forward in life. In a way, this is about seeing your worth in relation to the outside world in a different way. And it opens up a different opportunity. This Eight of Cups is about, you know, leaving behind a relationship or relationships that, um, that have this um draining kind of feeling in your life where you're giving, 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 giving because you feel like, well, that defines me. And so you're like over giving, but you give until you're exhausted, then you still give until you're resentful. And it's like, you know what? There's this opportunity for you to realize I deserve to have my love first instead of me giving away to everyone else first and giving away all my energy, that I can become this chalice. I can become this holy grail that I get to fill up and then everyone else gets the overflow. Cause I feel like there's this, I'm just exhausted and I'm even getting into resentment about why do I have to give to everyone else and no one else, is able, to give to me, kind of energy. And and I feel like that's what's coming into your life is this releasing all of this that I'm giving, so over giving to others, giving to myself and filling up. Because that's the greatest gift you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you. So I like that for you. Right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. What did you say here? Hey, Ravit. Yeah, you can have a reading if you want to put your question out there. I'll put you on the free list there. Or if you want to make a donation, you can do that too. Um, Faith and Love, your long distance, not sure what it'll be, but that's exciting. Yeah, some sort of joyful celebration. Yeah, maybe you guys are gonna watch something romantic on together over FaceTime or whatever. But it's some sort of gathering. That makes sense that it can't be the normal thing because if you guys are long distance, then well, there you go. All right. Hey, Alexis. Good to see you. We'll add you onto the free list here. I'm about to head back into some donations. And then I'll return back to the free readings. Right now, I've got for free readings, Maria P will be up next. I think this is probably, you said you were going to make another donation. Yeah. So I've got your second donation here, Maria. So we have Ashvin Ray next for a donation, then Maria P donation. And then if there's no other donations, then we'll go to Maria P free reading and then Jojo free reading and then Alexis right now. And then Ravit, if you put your question out there, or if you want a general reading, we can grab that for you as well. All right. So I think we're at the 309 period here. So we did 30 minutes of free readings. So we're jumping back. So cheers, everybody. All right. So let me shuffle these up. Those are kind of loud, isn't it? Sorry. All righty. So Ashvin Ray, you're at 309.37. Thank you for your patience in getting to your reading there. And we'll give that a love and a like. Thank you so much for that. Guidance on your mother's health and guidance for you. All right. Of course, disclaimer in the description area of the video. I'm not a licensed medical professional. So, tarot's for fun and for entertainment purposes. Ultimately, everyone's responsible for making their own choices and seeking professional assistance in making those decisions. So, all right. Disclaimer said, check, check. So let's see here. What do they want you to know about mother's health here? You got one and two and one. Seems like it's been going back and forth, huh? Because you got 1, 2, 1, 2. It's kind of like it's not like up and it's not down. It's kind of up and down and up and down and up and down kind of energy, right? So we'll see what that's about. And then any guidance for you. What they want you to know here. We got this. This. Do you want these here? Okay. Nope, nope, nope. All right. So, bottom of the deck overall, you do have the Ace of Swords. So there seems to be clarity coming in here, uh, both in your mother's health and clarity to you too about your own life, because the situation between you and your mother and what you're experiencing, what's coming up, is teaching you something as well. And that's what that Ace of Swords is telling me. It feels like clarity around your mom's health, but clarity for your own self around your own life, because this is a mirror for you, teaching you what you want to see about yourself, right? So, mom's health, the 1 2 1 2 energy, we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, there is some emotional root to her health here. I don't know if we talked about this before, but they're pointing back here. This is a quest or a journey of their self love. And if you've ever heard of, if I can remember her name, why did my mind go blank? Um, she wrote a book called Heal Your Life. What, Heal Your Body, Heal Your Life. And I can't remember her name right now, but I don't think you need to worry about the book because they're not giving me her name. They're like blocking it. But if you search like the internet, because she's got tons of Louise Hay. Thank you, Spirit. They're like, now that you said that, we'll give it to you. But it's Louise Hay's book. You can heal your body, heal your life. But if you just Google and go emotional and spiritual reason for, and if there's a diagnosis of a specific issue or symptoms, you can see what resonates because there's emotional root to things. Our bodies recognize emotional things we haven't yet realized in our own head. It comes out in our bodies and we're like, "Ow, why do I have this?" And you look it up and it's like, wow, oh, why do I have back pain? Because we feel unsupported. And it's like, "Oh, how is that true?" And once we deal with the emotion, suddenly things start to change, right? But it's like looking into that, I feel, is important with that Knight of Cups because there's an emotional um, piece to their health. Yeah, because and we have the 4 of Cups. So here's the 4 of Cups, emotional stagnancy, and the King of Swords, which master of mind and awareness. So again, with the 1 2 punch energy coming in here, both of those are talking about emotional stagnancy and a lack of emotional movement. There's something that's stuffed down in here, and there is this awareness that can bring knowledge and clarity to what that is. And if we do something with having to move that energy and transforming that emotional energy, you'll see the impacts in the physical body. The other one is the Ace of Wands. So, with the Ace of Swords is that clarity. The Ace of Wands is wherever we focus our energy is what we grow and expand to. So, something that can happen with health is if I'm focused in on, oh, why is my body always something wrong with it? Why am I in this pain? I'm always in pain. Bad things are always happening to me. The more, anything along those lines, that when I'm focusing in on lower vibration, I'm expanding it. I'm inviting it to me. I'm the one creating it. So, and we don't realize that. We just know if I wake up in the morning and my foot hurts and all I do is focus on, Why does my foot hurt? My foot hurts. And hey, how you doing today? Well, my foot hurts. Hey, what's going on? Hey, my foot hurts. If everything coming out of our mouth and our mind is all about our pain, we're saying this is what I want and we're drawing more and it amplifies in our life. If I focus in on not on healing, but I'm so grateful for my health. What about my health am I grateful for? What about my life am I grateful for? The more laughter, the more joy, the more, like I said, gratitude, unconditional love, peace, all that I focus on, I get more of that instead. So there can be a change of that can happen when we focus. And they talk about all the time. I mean, what do they call it when they give people sugar pills? You know, it's like they think that they're taking something that's going to help them. And because they believe it and they're going, this is going to make me feel better, their body goes, hey, we're feeling better. And we change because that's our power, not, we're not focusing in on the pain and the suffering and that. It's like you can tell the difference when if someone gets like a cancer diagnosis, that doesn't mean that has to be the prognosis. Prognosis is what I'm going to do about it. I can go, oh God, every people die when they get cancer. Then I start heading towards death because that's what I'm asking for. But if I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to overcome this thing. I'm going to transform and we do the things that are higher vibration. We can self heal from cancer. And so there's this powerful energy here with the Ace of Wands that our energy is what controls our life, not people's opinion, not a doctor's opinion. We can get a second opinion, which is we're powerful, right? Right. And then the other two, yeah, we got the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So all these aces. And the Ace of Cups is about self love. And the 10 of Wands is changing our energy. So these are probably, these kind of represent what we talked about here. Because the 10 of Wands is, I can focus on life as a burden, or I can look at life as abundance. And whatever I focus my energy on is what I get. So I feel like that's what they want you to know about mom's health. I feel like right now, with all of this energy, I just feel like there's going to be some information that comes in, but I feel if you share this information with her, maybe, that can help her as well. She can step into her power. It's funny, underneath the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, we got the Mother Star, which is a yes energy. I don't know if you can see that on the bottom. It says yes down there, which is gratitude and yes, not oh no energy. And the 10 of Cups under there, which is the power of joy underneath that too. So for you, guidance for you, you've got the 9 of Wands. This is about you stepping into your power as well. That this block that you feel you're hitting up against isn't the world against you. It's um, your energy showing you what you're creating. And I feel like it's weird because I got two different messages coming through at the same time. That's why I was pausing for a sec because there's like, we're keeping you from some things with some blocks, but some of the blocks are yours. And a majority of the blocks are yours. There's a couple things that we're keeping you from that are not for your highest that you asked us not to, your higher self asked us to block it. But a lot of this other is that feeling like life is happening to me instead of life is happening for me is what is creating the block of, oh, I can't do this. It's like, no, you'll know the stuff that's from spirit because you'll feel different about them. You'll feel protected by it. Instead of feeling low vibration, you'll feel high vibration in something blocking you. That's from spirit. When it's low vibration, then that's from you. From all of us is it's not just you. Particularly, we all experience this. Whenever we're focusing on the lower, then we're the ones that are keeping us like, why can't I get past this? Well, because I could be in a victim energy, a life is happening to me energy instead of, oh, okay, life is happening for me. Why is this here? What are you trying to show me? Oh, okay. And then it evaporates, right? You also have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Yeah, this conflict energy, what it's trying to show you, this conflict, is it's pointing you back to your self-love, right? The battle between the head and the heart. But this drama, this Five of Wands kind of conflict that's happening in the outside world is pointing you back inward and upward so that you can find out, how am I defining myself by these outward things? Because when I do, they point me back in here and it feels like conflict. It feels like that kind of energy that's there. Yeah, you have the Lovers card and the Two of Swords. Yeah, so you've got both the choice of emotion and the choice of story. And it is bring all this is showing you that in every moment, whatever's happening in the outside world, it just is. It's not, it doesn't have meaning until this little noggin puts meaning to it, and then we create and choose the emotional soundtrack that goes to that story that we have decided it means. And sometimes it doesn't feel like we're making a choice, I know, because we grow up with a lot of opinion about a lot of things, that is that the story that goes with that is this, and the story that goes with that is that, and so we're given a lot of bedtime stories, daytime stories about what everything is supposed to mean and should mean. So we get all this opinion, it becomes our opinion, it gets reinforced where it becomes our habit to believe when something happens, this is what it means, to where it becomes our reaction. It happens so fast, doesn't feel like a choice, but it is. We are making a choice when we slow it down and go, I can choose a different story about what that means, a higher vibration story if I want. And then the emotions behind it will be higher vibration. And with that new story of higher vibration, that new emotion of higher vibration, guess what comes into our life? More of that. Or I can choose a low vibration story and low vibration emotion, and I get more of that. And there's no right or wrong choices in this human life, even though the human has plenty of better, worse, stories. From spirit's perspective, there's not. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. And if we don't want this lower vibration experience and outcome, then we change our choice and we can have different if we want. So I feel like that's what they want you to know there. Let's see what the Dark Goddess Oracle brings in, and we'll grab your angel number. So you've got the Wild Heart. You got Skadi or Skadi. Skadi? I don't know how to say her name. My apologies. Let's see what that brings in here. So the myth about them, they are the Norse goddess of winter. She is a frost giantess, also known as the snowshoe goddess. She lives high in the mountains where the snow never melts, ruling over the harsh and dark winter season. She's an avid huntress, is a guardian of wild animals, and is gifted in the art of archery, hunting, and skiing. She is tough and relentless in her pursuit of justice, but is also depicted as being kind-hearted and strategic. It was she who first taught the people to hunt with a bow and arrow, and she rescues those caught in snowstorms. She is a strong and athletic woman who travels through the snow on skis, skates, or snowshoes. Interesting. The meaning of the card says, within you beats a wild heart. She is reminding you to stride through life proudly as your authentic self. Disregard the restrictions that have been placed upon you by convention, others, or yourself. Those old stories, right? Don't be afraid to take risks for whom and what you love. You are fierce and you will not be tamed. I love that. So that's what they have for you there. And then we'll do angel number here. All right. And you got 1212 persistence. I like it. So this is about a shift. It's about enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, and new experiences. It says, "Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards." Ooh. So I love that for you, Ashvin. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Maria P., you are up 32534. Here are your just timestamps here. And yeah, right over here. I don't know why I was looking over there. We'll scroll down here and get to your questions. Hey, Guerrero. You did deal with the kiddos? Oh, very good. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for letting me know. Many blessings to you. Thank you again. All right, Maria, let me take a last sip of this coffee. Bring in the water. All right. So what would Wally like to tell you tonight? All right. All those. Boom, boom. And then when will Wally say enough at the dark side? Let's see, based on current energies, of course, it's always changing, right? But we'll see what the current energies say. What's coming for you at work? Does your boss Laura like that you communicate with her about everything at work? Will Jeff do drama for you? Will he try anything stupid? That's funny. All right, we'll see what this is. uh, God only knows. All right, we'll take a look here. So, first of all, what would Wally like to tell you tonight? You got 4 cards. You got the Ace of Wands, which is passion energy, um, action energy. So, of course, I mean, that's kind of a given, right? We got the Temperance, that kind of don't give up hope. Things are unfolding. I know it feels like it's taking forever with that Temperance card. It goes, it'll eventually turn to gold. Um, Kind of a be patient energy. And especially with that Ace of Wands too, it's about action. I am taking action. 10 of Wands, it's ending and beginning energy. They're like telling you that they are investing energy towards endings. Um, and there's this kind of like an apology of, I'm sorry it's taking so long to do this. But and I feel like they're saying here that they, it's like they would explain that I know it's hard on you, but I am trying. I just don't want to. He hates hurting people, which is good, right? It's like you don't want him to be a hurtful person because he'll be hurtful to you too. But how he's treating everyone and why he's taking time and doing everything is he wants to try to keep everyone as whole as possible throughout all this transformation and change. And that's why it's taking a long time, but that it's not out of resistance towards you as much as it is toward wanting to make sure that they're trying not to hurt anyone else. We talked about how the delay is because they want to make sure that you're choosing them. And they're very intuitive, being a Scorpio. And they know when you're talking to other people, they can sense it. And they're suspicious, Scorpio, when they're in that energy. Um, and and they have ways to find out secrets. And so I feel like that's something that's because they mentioned it in this thing is like the big pieces. I'm trying to keep everything, but I get mixed messages from you, like you want me, but then I also feel like you're wanting other people. And then you wonder, you know, like you're suspicious of me, but you know, I feel like you have this energy. And I feel like they would tell you that if they if it wouldn't cause you to, you know, but I feel like this is what's going on inside them. So if they could tell you that, because they would want to be honest with you, because they know this is hugely on your mind and kind of like what eats up so much of your energy, that they would want to know that. All right. All right. So, when will he say enough at the dark side? So we've got the Six of Wands, which is victory and movement energy. And the timing is August 2nd to August 11th right now. It doesn't mean it'll stay that, because futures are fluid, constantly changing with every choice we make in each moment. It alters the future and the timing of things. So just know that in this moment right now, it's August 2nd to August 11th. What's coming for you at work? Yeah, I got this Two of Cups. So there is this kind of, partnership energy, this feeling like, and sharing with you even that you're an important person, at work. And I feel like, I like that energy. I feel like that comes a lot from Bob. He kind of feels like we're in all this together. We're all partners, in this kind of thing. And I feel like, but that's the kind of feelings I feel like are coming through here for you. Um, and does Laura like communicating with her about everything at work? Wow, yeah. And so you got the other partnership energy that comes in here too. So I like that. I mean that is a yes, that they feel like you're engaged and that you care about the job. So will Jeff do drama for you? Two of Swords, undecided. There's this battle between their head and their heart, choices and decisions. They're at kind of at a crossroads of, do I want to or don't I? I'm not sure. So it's undecided. Possibilities that they can. Will they try to do anything stupid? We got the Death card and the Three of Wands. And I don't feel like they'll do something like stupid. Um, I feel like they would more likely end things and go a different direction than try to do something like overly. But when we're talking about will they do drama with this Two of Swords, it is more like their mind would keep them from doing something. Their heart, when it doesn't get recompense, it's like it wants attention from you and it doesn't give you, it can become, that can send us into fight or flight mode where we do stupid things. Um, but I feel like that's like their heart and their mind. The heart is like, you know, I want to act emotionally out and do an emotional reaction, and the mind's like, don't be stupid. So I feel like that's kind of there. But it's still a possibility. It depends on their reaction energy and how they're feeling, but I would just I don't know. I feel like why are you talking to him? I feel like that's something to really ask yourself. Why are you talking to him? Why haven't you cut him off from your life? Because it's not, you can't be just friends with them. And so there's a reason why that you are, and it's important for you to know that, right? So let's see here. So let's see what the dark goddesses have here to tell you. And then what's your angel number? I just realized too that um, I was going to pull angel numbers for all the free readings. I totally forgot. So sorry, guys. Maybe tomorrow. All right. You got Medusa protection. Sick Medusa on him, right? Turn him to stone. So, of course, the myth of Medusa, that she's a monster in Greek mythology. Originally a beautiful woman, Medusa was beset by tragedy when she was assaulted and then transformed into a serpent haired monster whose gaze would turn a person into stone. She was later killed and beheaded by Perseus, who was assisted in his quest by various gods. When her head was removed, a Pegasus flew out from her body, symbolic of the birth of beauty. The image of Medusa's face is popular to wear as a talisman or display for protection and warding off evil. So maybe draw Medusa on you. I'm just kidding. More recently, Medusa has been reclaimed by feminists who see her as a force against the villainization and silencing many victims are subjected to if they dare speak out against abuse and sexual assault. Wow, I did not know that. The meaning of the card for you is you are protected. Drop your shields of resistance, shame, and doubt because it is safe for you to move forward. You have abilities and gifts you do not need to hide. Medusa is watching over you as your fierce protector. Release your fear and allow yourself to focus on the beautiful possibilities that are now opening to you. Wow, I love that. And then your angel number is 1331. Again, good fortune. So feel like good things are headed your way here. Just don't screw it up with, you know, keeping someone interested when you're not, right? Advice, comfort, major change, individuality, and independence is coming in here. Says, have faith in your skills and talents. Oh my God, just like that. As they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. Ah, I love that. So that's what they have for you, my dear, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And I think that is it here. What is this? Okay. All right. So that was those. And then I don't have any other donations. So we're jumping back over here. So, Maria P., we are to your free reading. So, I'll put that here. Let me put this here just in case. And a general for you, love and work. All right. So, let's see here. Love and I feel like this one is work here. So, for love, you got the Seven of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And as fruit starts to unfold, is this the fruit that you're wanting, right? And it's a good decision. It's kind of like this energy that's coming in, right? It's, you know, if it's not growing fast enough or the fruit that you're getting is, is this what I want? And if I don't want it, then I need to sell the orchard and plant something that I think I do want. So it's a good kind of, she stands and looks at her life, looks at what fruit is here. Usually they have her looking at the fruit and seeing with the progress of where things are at, is this what I want or I don't want? And we don't look at it and going, oh, I invested all this time. I guess I should hold out. It's like, well, I've invested all this time and is it what I want? And it's like a decision making time for you, which has come through already. For work, you got the hermit. And the hermit energy is this, you know, um, it's interesting because it's Virgo energy, which is about the daily tasks and managing your daily schedule and looking at what you're investing your time in every day at work. And the hermit is also an energy of kind of stepping back and understanding, connecting with spirit with the lantern, right? And going, what do I want? In fact, both of these energies kind of go into this of what is it that I want? And I feel like there is this, especially with all this new moon energy that's coming up solar eclipse and the fire horse. It's the year of determining, what is my destination that I want, because there's going to be so much energy that's pushing you in and available to you to move forward, that if you don't know where you want to go, you're just going to go in the direction that it's kind of defaulting to. But you have the ability to go, what is it that I want in love and in my career and work? And I'm going to purposely plan and put energy behind what I want and take action on it, and not, um, just kind of wander and see what happens, right? Because then you just get whatever direction you happen to get knocked into, right? So hopefully that helps, my dear. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And we got JoJo. You are up 340, 58. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. And did he see your mail? All right, let's take a look here. Did he see your mail? We got the Page of Cups and the Star card. Yeah, I would say that this is a yes energy, because I feel like it made him happy with the Page of Cups. It's a heightened emotion. And the Star card, too, is this balanced energy. It's Aquarius energy, but so it doesn't feel like a dream come true, which sometimes this card is that, but it feels more like that Aquarius ability to contain emotions, compartmentalize emotions. So it's like they did, and they kept the emotion over here contained. So they did, I feel like they did see it. It did have them feel happy things about it, but they feels like they kept it very contained, um, in it. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But it feels like, yes, that would be a yes, answer for you. All right. Alrighty. And then Alexis, you are up 342.26. Here's your timestamp. And you'd like reading your sister Dominique, who passed away a couple of years ago. You felt her presence around you for 2 days, and I see her reflection in the pendant I bought when she passed away. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look here. Reading from your sister. I feel like we are going to go over here. What is this? Healing the Inner Child Oracle. Interesting. That should bring a message through that. So let's see here. What message does she have here for you? All right. So, Dominique, we got Entanglement, card number 25. So she says that we are born into a story that's already being told and has been told over many generations. We must untangle the threads that keep us bound to the limitations of this story in order to step into our lives as empowered adults. We release entanglements by identifying the fears, the beliefs, and the behaviors that we've adopted and that keep us bound to suffering over the generations. We need to bring to light who and what was excluded or silenced. As long as someone in the family lineage is excluded, the repercussions will be felt by everyone in the lineage. An effective way of releasing entanglements is to identify and release your worst fear. Another clue to an entanglement could be if growing up you were told, "You are like your grandmother," or "You remind me of so and so." You might also be entangled if you're repeating the same behavior patterns as a family member, or carrying fear, anxiety, and grief that do not belong to you. These emotions travel down the generations and need to be released back to their original owners with love and respect. So she tells you it is time to recognize something that you've been carrying that does not belong to you. Wow. Speaking to your inner child, she asks you to consider, what was your worst fear as a child? And what is your worst fear as an adult? Write them down and describe how you would feel if that worst fear came true. If you can't pinpoint a worst fear, recall a story you have heard or a moment from a movie that struck you. And then in the journey that she'll talk about below, you're going to let go of this fear by offering it back to your lineage, releasing it to the ancestors who shared this fear with you. Say out loud, "Dear ancestors, my inner child and I are here to offer back to you what is yours." And I feel like she's saying, I'm your ancestor and I'm connected to all of that, that you can hand things over to me. I can handle it now. I'm powerful, supernatural being. You can give it to me. The journey that she offers you, if you would like to accept it, you don't have to. But she says, but I highly recommend it. Just listen to me. She says, draw the family tree or visualize your ancestors in your mind's eye standing in front of you. Start with our parents, inviting them to stand in front of you. Then invite your grandparents to stand behind your parents and your great grandparents to stand behind your grandparents. Speak your worst fear out loud and feel its effect on your body. Look at your lineage and say, I am here today to ask you if some of you share this same fear. With your permission, I'm here to offer back what belongs to you. Watch some of them raise their hand or take a step towards you. Look at each one of them, and when you're ready, gather up the sensations, thoughts, and feelings associated with this fear and offer this back to the ancestors who've stepped towards you. Sense this fear flowing from you to them, or imagine offering it at their feet or into their outstretched hands. Take as much time as you need for the fear to leave your body. Once it feels complete, bow to each ancestor and thank them for taking back what belongs to them. Tell each one, you have a place in my heart. I will honor you by living my life fully. And I feel like that's what she wants you to say to her. Give back to her what belongs to her that you don't need to carry. And tell her that you have a place in my heart, sister. I will honor you by living my life fully, because that's what she wants for you, to live your life fully. No guilt. To anchor this process, create an altar with the pictures or names of the ancestors you connected with and light a candle to thank them for receiving back what belongs to them. And from now on, trust that you receive their support and blessings and are connected to them through love, not fear. Wow. I love that. What a great message from your sister. Right? That's what they have for you, Alexis. Hopefully that resonates for you there. All right, everybody, let me do one last little check here. I think I've got everyone. Well, Ravit, I'm going to give you a reading. I'm going to give you a general reading here because you might not have been here. So Ravit will give you a general reading here and see what Spirit has here for you. I didn't see a specific question. So if you put it out there, YouTube did not share it with me. They kept it a secret. So we'll do a reading here and see what does Spirit want you to know right now. Okay, you've got this and this. So you've got the Three of Swords and you got the Page of Swords. Yeah. So Three of Swords, is, of course, expectations equal disappointment, feelings of heartbreak, and the Page of Swords is the knowledge and the wisdom you glean from experiencing that feeling of "Ah," right? One of the things that we learn with the Three of Swords is that heartbreak is pretend, it's not real. I know, because our hearts are too powerful, they can never be broken. But I know when Spirit told me that, I'm like, "Well, explain that when that happens." And they're like, "Well, that's fear." You know, when we feel like something like a sword has pierced our heart, like it shows in the card, that that's whenever we get startled or scared or go into fear, that feeling, that's that's the feeling that feels like heartbreak. It's the pricking of our heart, but it's the our heart going into this, shock, into this fear mode. And because they showed me, like, my brother, we used to scare each other growing up, my older brother. And so it'd be like, you're like, and then you realize it's just them. And then you calm down because you realize that's not true. It's not nothing to be scared of. And then, but emotional monsters are different than physical monsters, because emotions we don't resolve right away, and they just keep looping. We keep looping it. That's why it feels like heartbreak, because an emotion takes 90 seconds to go through us and then it's gone. But if we push it down or we keep looping the fear of they did this and this means this about me, I'm I'm feeling this fear, I'm feeling the fear, I'm feeling the fear, I'm feeling the fear. So it's awareness around what this comes from. When I feel this feeling, it's a fear. When I can calm down, I can ask myself, what am I fearing? And question that fear and transform that fear, then it doesn't impact me anymore. It takes a little bit more time than realizing it's your brother scaring you half to death. It's like, oh, where's this fear coming from? This fear of not being enough, this fear that their actions mean something about me. It takes a little bit of time to transform that. But when we do, we have this new wisdom, like with the Page of Swords. So they're saying that this feelings of heartbreak and disappointment that you've recently have felt is for you, because when we experience it, it's already impacting us below the surface. But when we have a conflict come in, something that ignites our trigger, then we become aware of the trigger, we can transform the trigger, then it never impacts us anymore. So I feel like that's an important message for you today. Right, my dear? So that's what they have for you. All right, everybody. Well, I don't have any others. If you haven't got into the giveaway for the new moon yet, make sure to check out this video. It tells you how to get into the drawing, where you could win a 30-minute person recorded reading or an energetic hedge of mine. Also, we do have that new moon on Tuesday. If you haven't checked out Making the Most of the New Moon Energy, that tells you how to make the most of the 10 new moon wishes and 10 intentions. It's a powerful time, I tell you what. So be sure to check that out if you want to make the most of that energy, make it the most powerful. And if you haven't checked out my free podcast, The Easier Path, the last one last week was Living Consciously. It comes out every 2 weeks. We'll have a new one I'm planning on next Thursday. So it should be coming out there as well. If you want to catch up on the rest of them, they're all down. The playlist is down in the description box of the video, and you can catch up and find out more wisdom from Spirit on how to make this an easier path instead of a harder one. If you want, I wouldn't want to cheat you out of your harder path. It's how we learn a lot. That's how I learn most of my stuff. So no judgment here. Alrighty, my lovelies. I will be back tomorrow. I'm on Wednesday through Sundays, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I do post early in the day. The actual session and the chat is open. If you want to put your questions or make donations out there, you can do that all day long, even via Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. And then I do honor all that when I come back on. So Many blessings to you guys. Have a lovely evening. Until I see you again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So, till see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.